Goes down as a sack for Atkins. Good punt. And that's a rough punt. Picking it up at the 15 is Phillips. And Darius Phillips now has a little room to run out of the brought down by Buck Allen. 55-yard punt, 10-yard return, and here comes Andy Dalton. The Bengals have been without the postseason for the last 2 years. Three-time Pro Bowler is 20 games over 500 in his career. He was good last week at Indy. He was good, and you're down a couple scores in the second half, and he's able to bring them back and win that ball game.
Oh,
that was
fucking yes.
An awfully good start for him. It was not a
fucking great that we never have to wait until Sunday, thank goodness. Thank goodness we'll have to wait until Sunday. The divisional games on Thursday games, that sucks, but that's just for the thrill for the whole country here. It's going to be a really physical game. The Bengals are no slouch. There are no slouches in football like there is in baseball and basketball. Every team is tough to beat. That's just the NFL for you. When you have 53 guys, you're not going to dominate a sport like with 5 guys like basketball, for instance. They're going to come out and play. It's about man-on-man matchups, and sometimes the other dogs, they win those one-on-one matchups, those blocks and those guys trying to beat you, just trying to manhandle you. That's game of football.
Was in motion. That's another fumble. And now they're going to say incomplete. And, man, that was close.
I've got A.J. Green on my fantasy team.
He caught it, had it.
I think it's a good choice if you had the Bengals out there tonight.
Over to our right to give it
come on! He was wide open!
Close. Pereira says no. He gives me the incomplete sign.
That was A.J. Green!
Ravens fans who disagree. That's an area for A.J. Green. Forget last week with the 2 fumbles. He's fumbled the ball far too often here.
Okay, they're spreading the field here.
It's a bit of an issue for him.
I like those purple uniforms of Baltimore. Not.
They're down and 11. Dalton over the middle. Pass incomplete for Boyd. But a flag is down back near the line of scrimmage.
Roughing the quarterback.
Walt Anderson is our referee. Here it is.
Holding, number 25, offense. Correction. Tripping, number 25, offense.
Quit jacking off. Get your shit straight, brother. What you doing, man? What you doing? Well, the 58, you mentioned it. It is all about Freemasonry. Today's the 13th day of September. I broke this down in my pregame video. And 58 and Pythagorean Gematria. Go to gematrinator.com. Derek does a great job with that. Derek Victory does a great job. He remains at 112, I think, because of Baltimore. Let me go check it out.
They obviously still have Terrell Suggs, who is all-world. But they had 6 sacks a week ago against Buffalo, and they're coming off.
I need to go back to that video, but pretty much
still a really good defense with Baltimore.
I forgot what equaled 112. I had to go back to the video. It's a lot of information that I compiled together. There's Freemason. Remember that equals 96, and Cincinnati equals 96. There's a very special reason why Cincinnati is playing on 13-9, why the game is not at Baltimore, why it is at Cincinnati, Ohio. It's this reason here.
They have some worries with Janarian Grant.
Interesting. 22 and 22 at even series. I mean, that is just Steelers, Ravens-esque. To have a series like this where you're tied 22 games, you must go to fbdatabase.com. FB Database, I think that's where you go to.
We're more than just $7.99 large 2-topping pizza delivered. We're that more you realize. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Going with Cincinnati here.
Adults are just kids.
It may be a trap, you know.
Better toys.
Buffalo Bills are a shitty team.
The C-Class sedan.
I think people may be over their heads if
Cabriolet.
Baltimore is an automatic to win this game. They played the worst quarterback in the league, Patterson of the Buffalo Bills. I think Josh Allen is better. He's got completion issues. He's got accuracy issues. So he's going to make the Bills better than they were in week 1. The Bills are really easy. They had to beat them last week, but this is truly the first real test for ball in a short week. On the road in a short week, it's just an ingredient for the losing team to lose, especially if they're the inferior team. Now, the superior team may sometimes win for the team on the road on a short week on a Thursday. A lot of times it doesn't really work out, and we see a lot of crummy football on Thursdays because of this. Cincinnati at home, you got to go with them. Some conversation, NFC North, Cincinnati going to take off, and then Baltimore is going to be really good. You know, parity and tight standings, that's the NFL. You cannot stress results from the prior week too much when you're trying to predict NFL games. You always want to try to go with, okay, let's keep the standings close, and do they match up well? That has to do with it. Is it at home? I mean, there's a lot of factors that you can go with and predict the NFL game, but there's a few out there that you can really grasp. And Gematria is one of those. And
That's an issue. Out of the hand of Flack.
Yeah! Go! Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
Early takeaway for the Bengals defense. They go man coverage.
See, Colts played a damn good team last week. That's a damn good team. This is part of predicting the game, is that Colts played a great team. They played Andrew Luck last week. Well, the Ravens didn't play Andrew Luck. They played the worst quarterback in the league. He's worse than Ryan Lindley. He's worse than Ryan Lindley, this kid Patterson, okay? He sucks. He sucks. He's nothing. He's not good. This is the first real test. The Bengals got a tough one against Andrew Luck at his house. That is a damn great win they had last week. So, yeah, Cincinnati at home, they're the real deal on Thursday Night Football. That's where it's at. You know, Joe Flacco, anyone can look good against the Bills. The Bills are garbage. The Bills are garbage. Come on, AJ.
First down, little shoulder fake, end zone, and broken up.
Fuck.
And picked off. No, out of bounds, and it was close. The officials come together to talk about it and just make sure, as Weddle on that deflection came really close to getting both feet
Let's
down
see a
before he
replay.
sailed out of bounds. Right now, the call is incomplete. And now they're saying interception and a touchback.
Let's see a replay.
Let's take another look. Let's take a close look at this. And
The ruling on the field is the ball was intercepted by the defense in the end zone for a touchback.
it's Brandon Carr who knocked it into the air. And then Eric Weddle.
Sure, Eric.
Right foot.
It's out.
I don't think so.
It was even close.
It's a turnover, so it's going to be reviewed.
Yeah.
And that's going to go back to Cincinnati.
Yeah, and how about Eric Weddle?
It's not-
You know, good job. Yeah, they'll review that. That'll be overturned. And Eric Weddle, the Pro Bowl safety last year, second in the NFL.
Yeah, they
with
dodged
6
the bullet there.
interceptions.
That's Andy Dalton and company. I mean, that's just what it is here. I mean, Eric Weddle, and you have Tony Jefferson and Elam, if he still with the Ravens. I mean, that's a really solid defensive team out there. That's a really solid defensive team out there. But offensively, is it going to be enough for Baltimore this year? And it may not be enough with the pass protection. And most importantly, Joe Flacco as well.
Son, look. An SUV that looks out for everyone. It's possible in the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe with safe exit assist. NFL Game Pass. Go get it! Full game replays.
That's the touchdown catch of the year.
I wonder if they still have that package for just your favorite team
NFL film
for a certain price out there. I have to look into that.
Let's do this.
Well, my heart is shaking, my knees are weak. I can't stand on my own feet. I'm really crying, you have such like a little love. I'm all shook up, oh, hey, I'm all shook up.
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Catch this. You show how the ATL do?
Bring it that way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Hello.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring them. We meet again. Good night, mate. Good night, mate. Let me see you make up that crazy.
Shut up, boys.
Definitely bring them. They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
They have 6-1 Dodgers.
There's a new sensation in Cleveland this year.
6-1 Dodgers.
It's called home. And it's the same feeling Jets fans get every time their rookie quarterback reveals just a bit more of his potential.
That's a Jet touchdown.
Sam Darnold and the Jets
We're going to go get it.
visit the Browns.
You ain't gonna get it, always.
When it's home,
Y'all need to
it's
be a big
home.
baller. Y'all need to
Thursday
go
Night
out.
Football.
Go
Next
hard.
Thursday at 8. Only
Go
on
out.
NFL Network.
Jets and the Browns.
Back to Thursday
That
Night
is going to
Football,
be the Browns'
presented by
first
Bud
victory,
Light.
in
During
my
the break, they
opinion.
overturned the call, no surprise, and so second
That'll
down
be their
for
first win,
Cincinnati
in my
football.
opinion, against the Jets at home on Thursday Night Football. Everyone's going to see it. I knew they were going to kick last week.
Here's Mixon.
It was a joke.
Big day last week. On Sunday at Indianapolis gets 4. About an injury report for the Ravens. Here's Aaron.
And not one they want to hear. Starting linebacker C.J. Mosley just got taken off in a cart, Joe. They're looking at his left knee. They want to get a better look inside. They said his return is questionable.
And to leap over Tyler Boyd.
Cincinnati is going to win this game here.
First time Cincinnati had the
All
ball.
the
So
signs are in favor of Cincinnati here.
He's a free agent to be.
But they got Choker at quarterback.
Obviously, 3rd down and 6.
A solid quarterback, but chokes nonetheless.
Dalton, end zone. A lot of contact. Flag. Eifert was the
Now the guy's a midget,
with Tony
and
Jefferson.
Tyler Eifert's his big white wide receiver from Notre Dame. Tony Jefferson, I love for the Cardinals there, but is that really?
Eifert on Tony Jefferson, and he definitely grabs the
He would have
pass.
gotten beat there. Okay, so I think that was a good call.
But from that shot, it
He was
sure
grabbing
looked
him there.
like
He's trying to-
in the end zone.
He's trying to keep him from breaking free pretty much. To jump up for that ball, and
2015,
you know, they're going to call that every single time. So
Since he's played only 10 games and has 5
they didn't show up for whatever reason. They may have been one of those rigged games, scripted where Alex Smith, starts off with a big bang, and then Adrian Peterson runs wild against former team. I mean, the 0-7 for the first-year coaches. But we're going to see a lot of first-year coaches win next week.
defensive lineman.
Go it to A.J. Green.
Strong work by Marlon Humphrey and a loss of 3.
Who's playing fantasy football tonight?
Humphrey,
Who's got fantasy players?
Corner shows you he can tackle a big back. Yes, he can. He's a good player coming off the edge, and he's done a lot of good things as a corner.
Nickens.
And I can assure you, if you're going to play defense, you're going to be tough, physical, and you're going to be willing to tackle. And it doesn't
Defensive
matter what
backs
position you
got a
play.
tackle on the Baltimore Ravens. They got to go their shoulder and get dirty. And the best teams, their defensive backs can tackle, not just the linebackers in the front seven.
Big toss. Dalton to his right, end zone. Touchdown.
AJ Green! Good start this week! Get on the set with Big Ball Sanders!
And so a deep
Grab my league by the pussy, baby!
a year ago, the fewest
1-0!
history gets points on
Yeah! Great week, AJ!
So they roll out
AJ!
direction with Andy Dalton, and
He did it!
Who started to the left, and that's a foot race between he and Tavon Young. And
AJ!
that one gave him a place to go.
I think it's project. We still got the second half here. Just one receiver pick up 20 points here. That's where it's at.
The 54th from Andy Dalton. The interception set it up. It was the rookie Jesse Bates that points off the turnover. Puts the home team up.
Bengals are going to win the game. Okay, the Bengals are going to win. Yeah, they wasted Carson Palmer's career. They did. He left you guys. He won a playoff game here. It's been over 25 years. Your team last won a playoff game. So quit getting all butt hurt with Andy Dalton or with Carson Palmer, man, okay? He left you guys. He left you guys, okay? You guys ain't no bridesmaid. Carson did what he could on a bad team. And then he left. He was playing for a championship, and he won a playoff game. He won that playoff game. He rejuvenated his career outside of Oakland and Cincinnati. But I'm pulling for y'all tonight because that's still a very talented football team. Joe Mixon, Giovanni Bernard, Tyler Eifert, AJ Green. That's a lot of talent out there. I'm sure there's another wide receiver that I don't know about. But Joe Flacco here getting paid all these big bucks, all these questions surrounding the quarterback position. Is Joe Flacco going to still play quarterback? He's got to deliver for the rest of the week here. He's got to be able to prove that he's the right man to lead Baltimore in the future. If they're going to stick with him, of course, because that's really one of the biggest things out there. Stick with your franchise quarterback, going to move on from a Super Bowl winner, and that may be the missing link is the quarterback in Baltimore, and we got a really tough decision, and Joe Flacco has another mediocre season. But he did what he could with the running game in the Hall of Fame defense with these guys, with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Terrell Suggs and these guys, you know, he got the job done. Took care of the football, managed the game well. Joe Flacco, the top half quarterback in this NFL.
It's like a power smorgasbord.
Flacco's had weak wide receivers, you know. He's had weak wide receivers, but Michael Crabtree, this is who they bought to get Joe Flacco help. Get him the football. I think
Cincinnati, Ohio, on the banks of the Ohio River.
I think I've got Michael Crabtree.
NFL Network as Bullet will kick it away. Bengals lead by 7. Grant will bring it out.
I've got Michael Crabtree in there. I just need a touchdown from Michael Crabtree.
Offense was 6th worst in the NFL. With regard to
49th in the NFL. This is what they brought in Michael Crabtree to do. They brought in to move the chains. They brought in our own John Brown from the Arizona Cardinals. John Brown signs with Baltimore. They make serious investments, and it's Joe Flacco's call here to get their money's worth with these wide receivers here. He's got to go through all 4 of his progressions here. He cannot lock into one wide receiver to open a jump ball, Joe Flacco. That's not the way to do it there. After giving up a touchdown, you jump. You can't do that. You can't push your offense back. You can't get 3 and out. You can't get your defense right on the field. You got to establish a rhythm. You can't get your defense tired here. It's time for Joe Flacco to take off the rest. But the offensive coordinator, this is as worst of a start as you can possibly imagine.
Handoff is to Alex Collins. He crosses the 30, a gain of 7. Talking about John Brown and how he came onto the scene.
Fuck Joe Ball.
Like he was,
I just see after fucking air Thursday night games. What? Can't find anyone else that's better?
Now into the game. He got some snaps early in that game last week against the Bills. They use him a lot of different ways. He's a dynamic player right now. He's lined up top. throws, and the pass caught by Crabtree.
Okay, fantasy points. Fantasy points.
Crabtree is good for
Crap
15
bag.
and a first down for the Ravens.
Well, this is the area of the field where Crabtree is really good. He's not a burner. He's not going to run by a lot of people, but he's good using
Smart
his body.
routes,
He's good making the
reading
tough catches and
coverage.
working the middle of the
The kind of
field.
receiver Michael
Big target.
Crabtree
The thing
is.
that's impressed me the most is
Started
at
off
a
the
time
year
when you don't get a
well
whole lot of
on
practice
good
time
track.
with the skilled players, how in sync Joe Flacco seems to be with this crew that just came in this year.
It'll take time to get used to these wide receivers as well.
Play action. Flacco's in trouble, going backward, and just throws it away.
Throws in the area there. He
Sam
throws it
Hubbard was
away.
there.
Second down.
And is it grounded?
There's a receiver in the
I
area
don't think
there.
anybody was in the area, Joe.
They're not throwing a flag.
There was no receiver in the area. I saw a
There is
wide
flag
receiver
on
right
the
next
far
to the
side
ball
of the
when he
field, but
threw
not
it
in the area
away.
where there would be for grounding.
You can see here, Sam Hubbard, he works right past Ronnie Stanley.
Running on the field, the quarterback was being driven back. His forward progress was stopped. His second down.
So now they're saying
Flick out to the side.
Flacco had been stopped. And they're going to mark the ball at the 36. It's ruled a sack. There was a flag down. Did not hear what that was thrown for. Lamar Jackson stays in there. And Flacco is wide to the left at the top of your screen. Snap to Jackson, handoff to Collins. Room to run and a nice gain on second down at 21 of 14.
They start by the Cincinnati Bengals defense here. The rigging by the numbers here. AJ Green with the touchdown. Yeah, Thursday's a big day for the fantasy geeks out there. They have the star showcase on Thursday. Get the interview with the Mooch Man and Prime Time and all these guys and Cookman and all these guys. These big ballers out there that have these big games and those bright lights.
On third down and 7, Flacco incomplete. Not close to Crabtree, covered by Kirkpatrick.
Well, Drake Kirkpatrick, he essentially is their number 2 guy, and they go single safety and one-on-one on the outside, and that's a pretty good matchup for Cincinnati. They're not going to shy away from that at all in terms of his ability to run with Crabtree on that go route.
They're like really casual NFL fans out there. They're very casual fans out there who are like, oh, Alex Smith sucks. He can't play quarterback. Oh, I'll take that Prescott over Alex Smith. Oh, I'll take Dak over Alex. Oh, guys don't know nothing. Maybe break down the game. Dak's only good because of the offensive line and that big rookie year from Elliott, okay? Elliott's only good because of the line. David Johnson is better than that pump. Let's see David Johnson. Let's see Elliott right behind this line. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, Alex Smith only throws 15-yard passes. Oh, he only throws for 15 yards. Well, he threw over 400 yards in a playoff game against the Kansas City Chiefs. He came back against the New Orleans Saints. The guy can play football. He takes your team to the playoffs. He took the Chiefs to the playoffs. The Chiefs won't make nothing without him. He'll take the Redskins to the playoffs. They won't make nothing without him either. He would have won the Super Bowl with the 49ers. Colin Kaepernick chokes instead. They lose the football, and they hurt the Niner defense.
It's a really small space. This new surface goes the perfect size.
They hurt their defense there. Now, I want you to...
I love having something that I can hold in my hand. We're proud of this way of life. We're proud of the work we're doing.
I want you to listen to something here and hear me out here. This is what Zach said here. Pertaining to football fans, if you pay for a ticket, if you watch the game here, now listen to this and let me know what you honestly think.
Who got all dressed up and now they're devastated. This is all a sick joke, and all the people who continue to go to these games are idiots, period. If you buy NFL tickets, you are a moron. You need to wake up. You need to stop. You are participating in something that is meant to truly mock you, period. Now look, here's number 2 on YouTube grabbing his nuts. And this is after a pick six, him celebrating as he jumps into the end zone, grabbing his nuts. If you go back and watch this play, the Oakland receiver.
Okay, here. So, I buy tickets to a game. I go to a game or to a season. Does not make me an idiot. Now, if you think it's all real and up to chance, then yeah, you're gullible. You're a moron. If you think it's real. If you think the games are not scripted. Now, can you buy tickets to NFL games and know that it's going to be scripted? Of course. I know it's scripted. I buy tickets for the fun and for the entertainment. It's good to have fun. But don't take the game seriously because it is a business at the end of the day. And that's what Mr. Hubbard is referring to, and he's referring to rigged and scripted games. Recall that it is the Jets that flew right into the Twin Towers on 9/11. And it was the Detroit Lions that were seen as the de facto favorite in that game. Well, the Lions did not win. They did not win. They lost to the Jets on the day before 9/11. The Jets. It was 17-17. They turned it over 5 times. They were throwing right at the defensive backs, right? It was a rigged joke. The games are rigged. They're scripted. There are tributes out there tonight and Freemasonry in Cincinnati for one. Now look at Matt Patricia and the Detroit Lions. Matt Patricia used to be defensive coordinator of New England. Tom Brady was a childhood 49ers fan. Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback, San Francisco, used to play in New England. A Detroit Lions' first win against the 49ers, Tom Brady's childhood team. Tom Brady and Matt Patricia were on the same team for years. That's why the Lions are going to win. You know, it's a rigged game that's going to happen. You know, San Francisco thinking to win, but it's scripted. They had an injury bug last week that would say something for this upcoming week. I mean, the games are scripted. I didn't even know Carlos Hyde was gone to Cleveland before the start of the fantasy football draft. I mean, I thought that was a big joke itself. McKinnon out for the season, injuries and all that. I mean, Detroit's got a good team and all, and they're going to beat him. But just a scripted tribute to Matt Patricia's former team. Sunday Night Football, right? We need something to talk about. Whether it be a win or New England dominance, it'd be better for the Sunday night game between the Patriots and the Lions to have the Detroit Lions 1-1. So that's why I have Detroit here for week 2.
It was pretty much over at that point. Completely overwhelmed.
Come on, Andy! Let's go, Andy! I did not pay attention during the first couple downs.
3rd down and 2. Here's a blitz. Pass is caught. Good catch.
He misses the tackle, and he's helping my fantasy team. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yeah! He did it! That's 20 points right there! Suck up! Suck up! God, leave by the pussy, man! AJ Green! Oh, man, you know, that's my big father!
He's going to come on the blitz, and then AJ Green gets the inside release.
AJ!
And you open up the
AJ!
if you're able to set up an outside
Over!
defender.
Get out of there! I won this week! I'm 2-0! I'm 2-0!
Just trying to get underneath the throw.
I'm grabbing this fucking bench right at once and I'm taking over the league! It's not even week 3 yet! I'm taking over! Oh, my team has got the bye. We're going to take that week because we're going to grab the league like a pussy. In the first 2 weeks, we're going to jump ahead. That's how McFarland does it. AJ Green right on the money. Oh, and to walk. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Knowing where he was in alignment.
Way to go, Andy.
So every week,
Way to go.
that says, okay,
Crabby man. Crab man. Michael Crabtree. Where are you at, Michael?
Basically the second receiver in.
I mean, it's just a joke.
Like I say, but he's a big target. He's able to make those types of catches.
12-team parlay here. I got Cincinnati. Scratch, 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 scratch. All the way down to 11, amigo. All the way down to 11. Oh, yeah. Down to 11, amigo. Play them out.
away with the numbers that they do.
That was easy. LA Dodgers. Bengals is for the parlay, baby. Oh, yeah. At home. Travel on the road on a short week. You don't get Patterson, whatever that guy's name is on the Bills. This is a real test. This is a real test. Let's see how shitty. Fuck you guys. The NFL is ruining divisional games on Thursdays. Last year, when I went to the Cardinals-Seahawks game, Thursday game, right? Throwing the injuries. Seahawks picked up injuries left and right, included Richard Sherman's injury. I think his last game with the Seattle Seahawks game against the Cardinals at the site of Super Bowl 49, and he's not with them anymore. I saw the end of the Seattle Seahawks, the Cardinal loss with Drew Stanton last year. Thursday games and injuries, I mean, you look at that linebacker from Alabama, CJ Mosley, he gets carted off the field. He needs 2 to 3 more days to recover for Sunday. This is not good for player injuries, but greed will do this for the NFL. Greed and ratings would ruin good football.
Jordan Evans, he's getting his opportunity with
Greed, people. It's self-destruct. And these people out there that did not want to watch football this year because of the flag and all that. The NFL thought it was too big to fail. When you think you're too big to fail, then you can have dire consequences.
Play last week on an interception. But he got injured in that game. He's not suited up. Now with a bad ankle and looked like motion before the snap on Collins.
False start, number 86, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
They get Nick Boyle, but he wasn't alone. Collins was drifting before the snap. And on the other side, you've got Marvin Lewis, who is so tired of hearing about playoff misses. 0-7. So let's do it and get it out of the way. 0-7.
The NFL rigs these fucking games against them. They needed Rex Ryan's Jets to win. They needed the fucking Steelers in the next one. The Texans, who fucking knows about that team? That seems like the team they should have beaten in the playoffs with TJ Yates and all that. But the Bengals can't do that. I mean, that's just a sad franchise. Fucking Carson Palmer leaves, and he wins a fucking playoff game here. He's at garbage. He was going nowhere. He was going nowhere in Cincinnati. He won a playoff game in Arizona, so he did better here than he did in Cincinnati, okay? You're just facts.
Now 3rd and 9.
Cincinnati fans know about their team, okay? They know about their team. You want to see it mix it up?
Ravens break down and down.
See, the Bills are shit. They are shit. That win don't mean nothing against the worst team in the NFL. They are the worst team in the NFL. That has no bearing on this game. Cincinnati just beat Andrew Luck, and you want to go with the Ravens. You on crack, mate. You on crack.
You see what happens.
The Bills! Really?
They're in man coverage. It's tight man coverage.
You can beat them by how much you want. But if they are the fucking Bills, they are the fucking Bills. It don't matter. They beat Andrew Luck. They beat a real quarterback. This is going to be easy for these guys, Joe Flacco. Compared to facing Andrew Luck, oh, you betcha it is. Facing Frank Clyde, Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator, oh yeah. It's at home. It's not even on the road. This was easy, man. This was easy.
7-yard return, and Kenny Young.
So how much fine will they have left? How much more touchdowns does A.J. Green have tonight? Or Michael Crabtree? Michael Crabtree, if he gets a touchdown, I will take that, man. So I am watching because I play fantasy, but this is a gay game. I thought the close play. It's a Thursday game. This kind of shit happens on Thursday games. Football was meant to play 6 or 7 weeks from the last day. If it's a Monday game, if it's a Sunday game, right? Gotta have healthy football players.
It brings out a lot of demons, and sometimes it's hard to overcome, especially when you get off to a tough start.
Mixon back in there, makes a nice change of direction, and got 10.
This is game, man. The game is over. Just run the ball 40 times and the game is over.
When his teammate A.J. Green talked about him, then linebacker C.J. Mosley said, I'm not saying he's Todd Gurley, but he's that type player because he can catch the ball. He's a big back. He's a good runner. He's a young star.
No, he is. He's tough. He's quick. He's got great vision. He's physical. He's got
you see, guys, NBA, the NFL's my shit, man. I know big ballers really well. These are the big baller sports. Basketball and the height. You can ball it up. Oh, you got foot scissors. You gotta make him. You can jump now. You gotta drive to the leg. You gotta take them ballers. You can't go against the balls. You can't go against Golden State for the last couple of years and just ride with one man. No, one man. One man ain't a team, man. It's about the Golden State are better. Oh, okay. I'm just celebrating. I am celebrating my fantasy team. I'm celebrating my parlay the Dodgers in this game. So yeah. Woo! Just give me my money right now. Get it. Get that son of a bitch to AJ Green again and get him on the fucking set.
Well, when you go play action like that, you go turn back protection. It helps.
John Adams stands for America, and he wants some malt liquor, do you? Good way to celebrate. Close to the end of the week. Tomorrow's Friday.
27 yards. Bengals hurry it up. Boyd again. Gets 6.
They kind of got him on the heels, and this is what Buffalo was unable to do on Sunday. So Cincinnati, these teams know each other. Cincinnati knows how to face this.
I mean, look, this is a Thursday. It's got to look like I'm playing on Thursday and we have to travel.
We have to be the aggressors. We have to dictate the tempo.
Where was the first game at anyway? Was it at Buffalo or was it at?
They have hurried up at times. They've slowed it down at times. They're moving the pocket. They're doing some things that I think they got they got the Baltimore Ravens on their heels. Second down at 4.
Mixon with a nice hole in front of him has another first down.
This is trap game all the way. Mr. Patterson, it don't matter. 50-3. 30-3, whatever, and you play against Patterson. He sucks. You go to this team that played into luck, you gotta go with them. Okay, they had a great way against into luck. Okay, the Colts played a damn great football team. They did. They're cutting back this week. They are the Redskins after all, right? Andrew Luck's got to hit the scoreboard first, and you got Alex Smith where you want. Alex Smith plays well ahead and putting his defense in a good spot. What Andrew Luck and company have to do this week, I have Andrew Luck on my team this week. Let's hope he has a big... Who you got in your guys' fantasy team?
And with the rookie Billy Price down and getting looked at, it's not good for Cincinnati.
Okay, this is what annoys me about Thursday games is that all these fuck-ass injuries happen. Well, you know what? Well, fuck that. We don't need to see any of that. We don't need to see players out because their bodies are
not recovered.
You know the NFL. They got to get the game on and they got to get the money in. So. It's just all business for those guys to do.
And he is flashing again tonight.
Well, you hate to see that with Billy Price. Just in his second game, a promising guy, 4-year guy at Ohio State at center, and then he was at the combine and he was doing the bench press test and he blew out his pec and that set him back a little bit.
Don't jack off here.
In the first round and find out just how badly he is hurt. But
that happens all the time. Catch an ankle with the ball carrier, your fellow lineman.
He gets the crowd pumped up on his way to the sideline.
Yeah, big guy! Pump him up! Number 53.
after the great
Exact.
Bengals center who
Super
was
Bowl
here in Cincinnati in
53.
the mid-'80s.
And not an easy place to play as a rookie center. There's a lot of expectations, a lot of responsibility on that guy to make the calls. He's handled it pretty well. Smart guy.
Seventh play of this drive. Dalton pass is caught. Depends on the spot as Tyler Croft.
The worst thing about this game is Joe Buck.
To give him a first down.
I can only do one more quarter of this class, man.
Croft.
I just hope Michael Crabtree scores in the second half. That's all I care about.
3 ways they can get you a tight end here with the Bengals.
Well, the Bengals this year are perfect in the red zone.
This
They were 2 for
is
2
easy,
on
man.
Sunday. They were 1
This
for 1
really
here
is.
tonight. And we'll see how this drive finishes up.
From the 12, play action pass to Eifert is dropped.
They didn't even snap it at the right
Eifert
time. They couldn't
in
put
his
the play.
prime. He's only 28, but a bad back
This is
has
situational
robbed him of
football.
some
They're talking
good
about.
opportunities. He's about as
No
good a
right
tight
can
end
have
in
the
the
corner
red
and not
zone
waste another down.
as there's been in the league over the last handful of years. His career in the red zone, he's got 20 catches, 17 of those for touchdowns.
Yeah, it's a real shame. 3 back surgeries, and he's missed so much football here over the last 2 years. The Bengals bring him back on a 1-year contract and a prove-it-type deal. Been banged up already this year.
Here's a toss to Ross. Nowhere to go. And that's how the first quarter ends.
Don't show him your trick
Whittling
plays.
around
This
and a loss
fucking
of 3 by
related
John
game like
Ross
that.
with a good start
What
for the
is
home
that?
team. Thursday Night Football will return.
I got Hakawawa. I'm gonna use it some way. Somehow. I'm gonna use it for the rest of
If
this
people
game.
say your dreams are crazy, if they laugh at what you think you can do, good. Because calling a dream crazy is not an insult, it's a compliment. Don't try to be the fastest in your school. Be the fastest ever. Don't believe you have to be like anybody to be somebody.
Why
Don't
really
become the
got
best
Bruce
basketball player on the planet.
That guy
Be bigger than basketball. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. If you have only one hand, don't just watch football, play it. And if you're a girl from Compton, become the greatest athlete ever. Yeah, that's more like it. So don't ask if your dreams are crazy. Ask if you're crazy enough.
I forgot all about dinner.
Did someone say KFC is 4 ways to feed a family for only $20? Original recipe, extra crispy, boneless, and tender. Silence, chicken lovers! It's finger licking good.
Going to the end zone. Touchdown, what a start.
Experience the thrill of NFL Red Zone from NFL Network. We got a stuffed lineup of games all day today. Every touchdown.
What a grab. Oh, how high can you leap?
From every game.
Look at that. Did that just happen?
Every Sunday afternoon, we were built for days like today.
All the way. Touchdown.
NFL Red Zone, Sundays at 1.
It's time to take the next step on our journey.
Watch any NFL game on demand with NFL Game Pass.
Go get it.
Full game replays.
That's the touchdown catch of the year.
2 for 2 on Thursday Night Football this year, baby. Right.
Make the catch.
Condensed games.
Skies into the end zone.
NFL Films Archive.
How about this now?
NFL football, anytime, anywhere. With NFL Game Pass. Start your free trial today.
Look at that. That graphics 3D, kids. Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light.
Let's start off the second quarter with a fight.
It's just incredible. People spend a lot of time building that. I think James Cameron built that when he wasn't looking for more wreckage.
57 yards, the championship
Third down
number
and
in this
13.
drive. And NFC North or AFC North, AFC whatever.
Flag is down, and so is Giovanni Bernard.
Boring game, man.
Early 4th down. We'll see what the Ravens want to do. Here's a call from Walt.
Illegal hands to the face, number 55. Defense.
Yeah, first down! Fuck you guys! Yeah! Fuck you guys! But I like the Ravens a lot.
Oh, there it is. He gets
But fuck you guys tonight, because this is Cincinnati's night. I can scratch some off on my parlays, baby. You can't pick football if you thought Baltimore was going to win tonight. That's all I can say. The no-figure league, amigo. The no-figure league.
Another set of downs.
You can't figure it out. You just can't. You gotta use your intuition. Come on, get it to Joey Green! That guy's a fucking beast.
Mixon, dancing, lost half a yard.
Baltimore is really stout running the football, but their pass defense tonight has not gotten the job done. They did not tackle well on that A.J. Green touchdown the second one. They did not get the job done. The Ravens had a bang play. They could have better job. But this is what happens when the Cincinnati Bengals face Andrew Luck and when the Baltimore Ravens face Shane Patterson, the Bills quarterback. McDumbass.
Good protection. Mixon, not much.
He picks up a couple of yards. He gets Andy Dalton a little closer in field position. If you're Andy Dalton here, you do not give up the football. Go take the points and allow the running game, allow the short passing game to the running backs, the receivers underneath, and the tight ends to pick up easy yards, to run that clock. Positive plays, and not turning over the football. And here, Andy Dalton getting everyone involved in the offense, 6 different receivers. This is what Jay Gruden did a great job of during his time in Cincinnati.
Good protection. Pass is caught for the touchdown. Guess who?
Oh, AJ Green again! 3 touchdowns! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! It's over! I win the league this week! I win the league! Oh, he's going to be a bust, man. He sucks!
Back towards the front pylon. He's got the defender bodied up. He can come back
He
and make a play on
sucks!
the ball, and that's an
He
excellent
ain't
job
with the
by
shit,
Humphrey,
man!
who is an awfully good corner. So the matchup.
Ah,
Okay, we like this, but anybody one-on-one with AJ Green is up for a pretty big challenge. A delayed game for the extra point attempt from Randy Bullock. That is the first time.
the league is over! The league is over! It is over! I win the league! I did it! I win the league! It's over! Michael Crabtree, get me a touchdown!
They've started this one against the Ravens.
Wow, that was so good! Wow, 23. Wow! No running back! Yeah, the perfect matchup against the Ravens defense. AJ Green. And super. And what a reflection over here. What a reflection.
Rated R tonight.
I will keep it that way.
Watch any NFL game on demand with NFL Game Pass. Full game replays.
That's the touchdown catch of the year.
Coaches film. Let's get to this next play.
Reaches out, makes the catch.
Condensed games.
Skies into the end zone.
NFL Films Archive.
How about them Cowboys?
NFL football, anytime, anywhere. With NFL Game Pass. Start your free trial today.
The news today is crazy. You're not going anywhere dressed like that.
Why?
You know why.
playing football this year? Let me get back to you. What about you? Did a joke over anything else?
Sure, it's not me.
You ain't never heard a voice like this. I dig it. Ooh, let me get the mic. Right? And what I'm trying to say, Rick. Whoa! Sticks. I knew you'd bring it. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring? Tonight, our crew dives into the biggest moments of the first half.
Into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Lexus Halftime Report. Tonight, live on NFL Network.
Thursday Night Football, next Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network.
When you hit the ground, just get on up when you get knocked down.
Well, what if I told you that coming into this game, it's typically tight, it would be 21
Man, none of these guys pick the Bengals. My two amigos, man. My two amigos are casual NFL fans, but oh yeah. Okay, these are the shades. Okay, these are the red shades. These are my big baller AZ shades. Oh yes. Yes. We're gonna win in LA. You guys ain't shit. When did the Rams win a playoff game? You guys are all like Stan Cookie, man. You're never gonna win nothing with Stan Cookie. You can only dream of having a wife that's still is your receiver. I do not take Todd Gurley. I take David Johnson. We beat your ass 44-6 last time at LA. We are coming for you, sons of bitches. It's only one fucking week. The Ravens showed out us one fucking week. So bring it on, bitches. Sam Bradford is getting from 5 to get you sons of bitches.
Cincinnati's defense says, hey, don't forget about us. William Jackson was out there in coverage, and he's somebody I know that has stood out to you when you watch this Bengals defense. Yeah, he really has. He missed his rookie season. He had a torn pec, but he's a guy that runs 4.3. Came on.
Come on, Michael Crabtree.
Established himself. He's a guy capable of going with the number one receiver, but Marvin Lewis just simply does not do that. Play action, short throw, but caught by John Brown. A better throw.
JB! John Brown, baby! We need you back! Fuck this receiver core, man, they ain't shit!
He doesn't travel with the
Fuck what they doing? Receiver! Okay, this is Jacob management. I can run the team better than any of you jackoffs. Okay, I can call better plays than any of you guys can. I am the best. I can call the best plays.
The 6'6", 245-pound quarterback, Joe Flacco. Plows forward for a
jump ball Joe. That's what they call him, is jump ball Joe.
Look at the first 4 possessions. No bueno. No bueno. Yeah, so any way you get a first down, even if it means putting your head in there as a quarterback, which I've said it before, we didn't even have in our offense my first 7 years in the league. It's called good coaching. It's called real good coaching. That's why North presented to you in Canton. Here's Chris Moore on an end around with a handoff and a gain of 2. Then Sean Williams, Troy, who made the stop, and he was taken out of the game by his own actions, ejected for a hit on Andrew Luck a week ago. Yeah, we talked to Marvin Lewis about it, and he just said, hey, it's the rules. They understand it. They've been pretty good. They beat Cincinnati in avoiding a lot of those types of things.
They didn't want to give the Colts a game last week, but
he was the
key
hero
play with
strip fumble touchdown. Lamar Jackson was in the lineup. That play didn't work. Ripped to the ground is Buck Allen.
What the fuck did I just watch?
Who, according to
did I just see a college offensive line get their ass bitch slapped by that Cincinnati Bengal pass rush?
Buck Allen was going to try and toss.
That is embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Couldn't tell exactly who that was.
Of course you could not tell, Troy. What were they doing? They on crack.
Back to the backfield for the toss back to him.
This is an old-figure league. You know what? When you go against weak rookie quarterbacks when you're on the roll, that's trap game formula all the way.
Flacco unloads. Floats down the middle. Pass is caught somehow by John Brown.
John Brown! That guy can play! I saw him here in Arizona! Why did we get rid of John Brown? Why? We did receivers! This is madness! How can he get rid of John Brown? Why?
Simply misplays the ball. He was in position.
Pass is caught by Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree!
9.5. Back to that catch.
Yeah, it was clearly underthrown, and then Hardy Nickerson, who's beat, he runs right past John Brown and Bates. I thought when the ball was in the air, when you're throwing a middle seam like that against too deep, and a guy who has the kind of range as that rookie does, I thought it was going to be intercepted. I was shocked when Brown came up with it.
Flacco is wide to the bottom of the screen. Lamar Jackson, the rookie quarterback, gets the snap, keeps it, and takes it down to the 8. Marty Mornhinweg is the offensive coordinator for the Ravens, and this quote is cut and dried. Lamar is a quarterback, period. But he's got an option. He can sit on the bench with a sign in his hand that says, I'm a quarterback, don't use me, while Joe Flacco's in there, or he can do what he's doing, decoy, whatever. He's getting a chance to play as a rookie.
I'm not sure how much Lamar Jackson likes it. I know what I'm told, but I also know he came into the draft saying he only wanted to play quarterback, and obviously he's done a little more than that.
Flacco, Collins, and with that effort, they're going to say incomplete as he was lunging toward the first down.
Now, Joe, I will tell you, if I'm Joe Flacco, I'm not happy about this. And I don't know, Joe's not going to say anything, but I can tell you deep down he doesn't like it. If you're a pocket passer, you're the quarterback, you do not like running out to the wide receiver position and letting somebody else play quarterback. It's as simple as that. They talked to me about doing that at one time back when I was playing. The game has certainly changed, but that was not going to happen. And I don't think Joe's real thrilled
player,
about some
I
of the
guess.
things within that system with Lamar Jackson in the offense.
Third down here, end zone. Pass is broken up, but a flag. Andrews, the rookie.
Your typical call to keep them in the game, to keep it entertaining. I mean, the scripted crap. They're going to call foul, so they keep the game close.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. First down at the 1 yard line.
Take a look. Initially, it looked to me from here, Joe, that there was contact without him playing the ball.
I could have turned off this game if it was 21-3. But it's 21-7. It's two scores, right?
Mike Pereira is with us in the booth. Mike, what'd you do that call?
I agree with you, Troy. The issue is he's not playing the ball. He does make some contact, but it doesn't really have an effect.
Isn't any
I really don't think he
contact?
needed to call that.
So a first down from the 1. Here's Buck Allen trying to get into the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Ravens. And the second of the year for Allen.
Michael Crabtree there.
Baltimore's on the board here in the
right
second
here.
quarter.
Yeah, that's a great job of, here you are down 21 points. You need to do something and put together a drive. And Buck Allen, he is their short yardage goal line guy. And it wasn't easy, but he gets it in, and that's a great finish to that drive to get back into this ball game.
That is exactly what the Ravens
Hey, they're
needed.
keeping me here if it's a two-touchdown game.
14-point game.
I'm just saying
Tucker,
here.
best in the game.
Okay. Baltimore, no! Stop this! Stop!
Ball across the
I got it all broken down for week 2, man.
and they have confirmed it's a touchdown, so now the extra point.
I'll just type all my picks. Let's see if you agree. I will type in all the winners. You shouldn't memorize. You shouldn't memorize the matchups if you're a fucking real NFL fan.
On this catch, catch.
You need to memorize your matchup.
The arms of John Brown. Then the penalty. Then the touchdown.
I like
by
that
Allen.
that
And the
fucking
Ravens trail
that
by
kid
14.
on the Giants that scored the touchdown. Yeah, that guy.
You're not
He
flying? Wow.
he can
I
fucking
mean,
play.
give me the
That's for
4-hour
sure.
flight. A couple movies. Next thing you know, we're in
This
the
is a
hotel watching
no-figure league, so a lot of games that
Dating in the
seem
car
like
with kids.
they're easy.
Shopping all
Well,
the time.
not that easy. Not that easy because this is a no-figure league.
Well, we like driving.
They'll call it no-figure for no reason.
As a pro athlete, I know great
Buffalo
performance starts with
is
great
balling.
sleep. And the Sleep Number 360 Smart
That is
Bed
a
is my
fact.
competitive edge. It intelligently senses our
I
movements
mean,
and
I'm trying to
automatically adjusts our
memorize
firmness
all
and
the
support on
games
each
here.
side
Just
to keep
I
us
know all
both
the
incredibly
divisions, so I'm trying to think
We can even warm our feet to
you know,
help us
what the
fall asleep
matchups
faster.
are.
It's great sleep. I
No,
can
this
feel
I
and see.
have 12 so
Better sleep
far.
keeps me at the top of my game for this team and the home team. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed for $9.99.
I'm gonna call them San Diego. They're not LA. Fuck.
There had to be people
Okay,
to fight
get the
for it.
fuck out of here. You wanna call them
World's
LA?
greatest challenge.
They are not LA, amigo.
US Army
You
masters
film.
not only
You
tactics
film
and
me.
strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine,
Already, it's got.
science, and engineering.
I've made
So we prepare
a few of these parlays already. Cincinnati.
There's something different about their agenda. The men that hit the site were coordinated, well trained.
I don't know. Oh,
Shoot me. I drop this, we all die.
how can I forget the internet was cool? Guys, the Cardinals didn't try. Okay, the Redskins, I would not take them.
Official sponsor of
I
the
take it to
NFL.
Walking Company. Then
And by
it was
Sleep Number.
23-10.
Don't miss the
Okay.
biggest sale of the year only at a Sleep Number store.
What are you typically doing, Aikman, on a Thursday
So,
night?
I mean, these are all my picks that I have.
Seinfeld.
I don't know what the other
I'm
game
watching,
is.
no, I'm watching Thursday Night Football, just like Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth are.
That's right.
Chris told me he was going to be enjoying this broadcast from the comforts of his couch. And
So-
I'm certain that he is.
Hi, Chris. Hey, man. This is a great game. Glad you guys are doing it.
I think
22.
I think Al Michaels, he's probably at the Palm right now, though, having a nice juicy steak.
There's no doubt. Just got off the course at Bel Air. Nance and Romo, they're watching this too, as are you on NFL Network. We'll be in Cleveland, by the way. This is an all-Ohio start to our season. I'm looking forward to it with Cleveland coming off the tie, and then Sam Darnold and the Jets with what they did to the Lions.
Yeah, and I'm excited about seeing Sam Darnold. I had a chance to cover the draft. He was my number one quarterback coming out. Got his opportunity. Not a great start, but showed a lot of poise, a lot of promise.
That's right. This one is batted down, and a flag comes in at the end.
Oh, is it roughing the fucking quarterback or some shit? I mean, that's what they're gonna call.
Walt Anderson threw the flag, and
I tell you
That was an incomplete pass. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 99, defense.
You don't even want to keep
15-yard penalty,
Jeez.
first down.
It's Judon, who had 8 sacks a year ago, and here it is.
They have to call that, right? That's just stupid.
Man, Mike Pereira's here. I mean, we've gotten to the point where that's a flag in this
Well,
league.
I'll tell you, as we talked about before the game, 15 roughing the passer calls in week 1, the second most in history, and I just think they're really out to protect the quarterback. It's one of those that falls into unnecessary. Why does he push him to the ground?
Well, Walt Anderson, he led the league last year, the referee, in roughing the passer penalties with 16, and he called one last week, and he calls one again here. And
Fuck that
this offensive line
Cincinnati.
can't protect Andy Dalton.
Fuck
Walt Anderson certainly will.
the Skins, man.
I think that was a little tacky, though.
Play clock was down to 5. If they were calling that back in your day, you'd still be playing.
Well, there's no wonder that Tom Brady's saying he's going to play until he's 45. I think he should play until he's 50.
Fuck you!
Sam Darnold.
Someone's gonna break his ankle before that happens. They're gonna go dive at his ankles and take him out of the league.
Goes back the other way for.
Ah, fuck this!
However,
fuck that, man! No!
Was almost all good.
You guys are shit if you think the Niners can finish ahead of Arizona, man. Okay? You live in the pre-internet days if you like San Francisco. That's all that is.
It was a tough debut for sure. Here's Mixon left side, and the Ravens stop at a gain of just one. Zadarius Smith. Here they are, including John Gruden. Lost. It's a little harsh, isn't it, the way we're doing this? Right? Shermer lost. Emphasis.
Fuck you! You ruined our 3-4 defense! If you... God damn it! Okay? Don't fucking think something that is fucking working!
Heading into week 2.
If it ain't too... My team's it, Holmes! Why? What is up with this, man?
Kenny Young, a loss of
if it ain't broke, why fucking change it?
Pick from UCLA. Yeah, he's going to be really something. I think Wink Martindale said.
If your fucking team played like that in week 1, you would be slamming that fucking table as well. Okay, that was fucking shit. There was nothing to fucking cheer for. 21 to fucking 3. Wilkes was shit out there last week.
Free play. Pass for
this is my liquor, okay?
Working on Tavon Young and good for 23. That's so good.
Okay, fuck you guys. I know I didn't pick you guys to make the playoffs because there ain't shit there.
Even if incomplete, now you're 3rd and 5, and yet Boyd makes a good play on this ball. Perfectly thrown to the outside. He comes back and makes the play. Of course, Ravens fans know all about Boyd. He's the one who scored the game-winning touchdown on 4th and 12 in week 7.
Okay, fuck that!
Given a real opportunity this year when they let Brandon LaFell go during training camp, him or John Ross are going to have to be the man at the number 2 receiver spot.
They got Suggs for offside, hence the free play, and Mixon.
Fuck it, just go for that, okay? If this guy has any penis, he'd go for it right now. That's 9 yards, only 1 yard. That's all he needs, just 1 yard.
The exception of losing Billy Price to that ankle injury.
It's only 2nd down. Okay, fuck that team, okay? I didn't pick them to reach nothing, okay? I didn't hype them. Maybe you guys hyped them before this game, okay? Well, fuck them.
On 2nd down, incomplete.
You know your beer size is pretty well. 2nd down and 1 and you fucking throw? What is this, man?
For the Dallas Cowboys, it was the offensive line. They lose Travis Frederick. They have a rookie at left guard, and they could not block that good Carolina defense. Here is a snap to Mixon. He's got a 1st down, and the Bengals are making it look easy.
Well, I can assure you that this offensive line in Cincinnati, there's Frank Pollock. He was a former player, played for the San Francisco 49ers, and then he got into coaching. He was under some others, an assistant offensive coach, and Bill Callahan was his somewhat mentor, and then he got the job and just took the ball and ran with it, and I think he's a terrific coach. And Marvin Lewis talks about it when he walks by that offensive line meeting room, and he doesn't even want to stop and hear what's being said because there's so much yelling and screaming coming out of there, but he's a tough-minded guy.
Pass a little behind, but still caught by Uzomah. A gain of 5. With 5 left in the first half.
It's a nice drive here by Cincinnati. They're doing some good things, and Andy Dalton is...
I picked the Colts to reach the Super Bowl, and you know what? If they lose to fucking Cincinnati, they lose to Cincinnati. Cincinnati put up a hell of a fight against Andrew Luck last week, okay? Oh, this blatant disrespect.
And I just think right now he's managing this game really well, and he's making some awfully good throws.
And off to Mixon. Another first down for the Bengals and a flag at the end.
Oh, listen, Bengals, or the Ravens are being shit here again.
Offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's still second down.
At the listen,
Asks, like John McEnroe, are you serious?
Well, it was designed so well, too. They get the double team in the middle, and then they wham on the outside, and that's a Wasso, and that's a hole, Bobby.
So he was serious.
He was. Not taking
if AJ Green scores a touchdown, I put up the bottle, okay?
2nd and 8.
All right.
Pass is incomplete. The target was John Ross, who is a rookie, didn't make a catch, set a combine record with a 4.22 40. And they are waiting for him to show up. Did have a touchdown on his only catch a week ago. And again, that was Kenny Young in coverage.
He had 17 snaps as a rookie, and his only touch was a fumble. He got in the doghouse, and last week, the good news is he scored a touchdown. The bad news is it was only for 3 yards, and that's not what they had in mind when they drafted the 4-2 speed guy.
Bengals have converted their last 5 third downs. Boyd is having a great half, too. 1st and goal.
It's a really good route by Tyler Boyd and just getting into the middle of the field. And it sounds simple, but as a quarterback, you drop back and the middle of the field opens up and you've got a defender one-on-one, and you just pray that that guy knows the angle to get inside so the quarterback can put the ball on him, and Boyd sets it up nicely. You know, they had a guy as a number 2 guy opposite of A.J. Green a few years ago, Mohamed Sanu, who I thought was terrific. And I think that this Tyler Boyd is capable of complimenting A.J. the same way.
On 1st down, corner of the end zone and a flag. Boyd was the target.
So going back to Boyd, he had a nice year as a rookie. 54 receptions, and then last year he just had some injuries, and so he wasn't as involved. He missed a lot of games, and he's come back, and they're sure counting on him again this year.
Illegal shift. Number 83 was in motion, and number 18 was also moving. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
We'll move the ball back outside the 10. This will be a nice answer for Cincinnati after the Ravens finally broke through and got on the board. Number 14, 1st and goal. Play action, Ross with a drop. They won't like that. Nice pick overall a year ago.
Did I see Ross give him the signal that, hey, here's where I want it? Did I see that right? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're having flashbacks.
It looks like, hey, if you could just put it right here, this is where I'd really like to have it, but I don't know.
Maybe being on the set with Urban before the game has got you thinking of the glory days. Second and goal. Over the middle. Boyd. Touchdown, Bengals.
I win my parlay. I win fantasy
really
football.
nice job. The Ravens are playing
Fun. And it's with my opponent is done yet.
One-on-one on Patrick Owasso. You see, he's got to be the one. Everyone else has got their backs turned to him. They're playing the end zone. and just no chance. Another great finish on a drive by the Bengals.
Game over.
Tell Andy Dalton he's 5-14.
Bengals win.
Primetime games. 5th time he's got 4 or more touchdown passes in a game, and we're not even halfway through it.
Hi, little guy. Oh, no! Hello?
My face!
Smallfoot, rated PG. 1 piece of KFC all-white meat chicken. 2 pieces of KFC all-white meat chicken. Holy smokes! This is the most white meat ever assembled in a $5 fill-up. Get this deal before it flies the coop. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
It's the tasty berry flavor, so yell, Hail Berry when you toss it.
And then we can have a Rita, right, Ritas? That's how we do it, Maddie.
Hurry, Lefty, she's almost out of range.
Hail Berry!
I got it!
Yeah!
Thursday night, the Browns' Nick Foster has the dog pound excited, while Sam Darnold has Jets fans dreaming big. When it's on, it's on. Thursday Night Football, next Thursday.
That's
NFL Network.
the Browns are going to win that game. Washington, what is this? Maybe it's
How amazing! It's a pleasure, man. All right, I like that. Is this their game? Is this their
look like Democrat. The guy is folding his out. The guy is not stable workers. The guy is a corporate Democrat.
The guy has been able to do it all.
Oh, dude! Peterson, he sucks. Andrew Luck was who the Bengals beat last week on the road. This had trap game written all over it. Today is a 13-9 gate numerology. It is Freemasonry. That's 13. That is equals 139. It is Cincinnati. It is Freemason. It is Cincinnati. That equals 96 in Gematria.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football.
Gematria is king, my friend. Cincinnati with the win.
Well,
Of course they will.
Ravens, I think you have
I only
to get
have 2
an answer
choices
here.
for the MLB World Series this year in the
play,
National
3
League.
timeouts.
One of the 2 is going to get
Gotta
it.
go to work and feel
No doubt
a
about
little
it.
bit
The
better.
Dodgers,
Defense
0
for the
chance.
Ravens.
Cardinals, 0 chance.
Well, the Plum
The
Tucker down.
Brewers, 0 chance.
Well,
Who
they
else
should be.
out there
I
in
got able to
NOS?
rest a lot
All
of
the
guys.
guys, 0
Second
chance.
drill against Buffalo. Well, that's a distant memory. One thing, though, when you look at this game and Andy Dalton, coming into the year, they wanted the deep ball and big plays, and they have 4 pass plays now of over 20 yards. So a heck of a first half for Cincinnati.
Whoever had Joe
And
Flacco
the
at
big plays have set
quarterback,
up
man.
these touchdowns and 4 touchdown passes.
Oh,
by Andy
boy,
Dalton.
that
The
is
Bengals
brutal
will receive the
stuff.
second half kick.
That is
So
not winning
even
football.
more of an emphasis on Joe Flacco and the Ravens to get this ball down the field. Down again by 21. Pass underneath, caught by Collins out of the backfield. Breaks 2 tackles. Good hard run. Got 9. Marty Nickerson, who is a young linebacker and making his dad, Hardy Sr., proud. Longtime linebacker in the NFL, who's actually coached by Marvin Lewis. Yeah, and now he's coaching at the University of Illinois with Lovie Smith. Collins they stopped his momentum, and Collins says, come on, let me finish the play. Instead,
I'm sorry, but
he's
this
just
is
short
what
of
it
first
is.
down yardage. That's new in this season as well. Kind of that quick whistle. You see a player's progress stops. Collins doesn't get the first down. Well, I got to believe we're going to see Flacco on another quarterback sneak. Good call.
I like the Ravens, but
2 minutes left.
what can we do?
3 timeouts for the Ravens and a fresh set of downs as they trail by 21.
Freemasons helps out Cincinnati.
Hey, what do you guys want to listen to?
Oh, hip hop, reggaeton.
EDM.
What about bubble trance?
Bubble what?
Bubble trance. It's a thing. Oh. My point is, everyone's got different tastes. That's why Verizon lets you mix and match your family unlimited plans, so everyone gets the plan they want without paying for things they don't. And right now, the whole family can get 6 months of free Apple Music on Verizon.
Oh.
So let's play that reggaeton. Old school reggaeton, not the new stuff.
Get 45 million songs with 6 months free Apple Music on us, only on Verizon. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy J3V.
What do you mean it's not working out, Craig? I mean, I just introduced you to my parents.
Craig and Sheila broke up.
Hey, Zachary Hubbard picked the Ravens, man. He picked the Ravens. I'm just read on Free to Find Truth. He picked the Ravens.
As long as
I mean, this
travels
was.
fast, you can count on Geico saving folks money.
Craig and Sheila broke up.
It
15 minutes
really.
can save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Sunday at 9, Patrick Mahomes opens up about being the new leader in Kansas City. Plus, Christian McCaffrey and his impact off the field.
You get to do something in the community that's bigger than yourself.
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9, live on NFL Network.
Technology has helped us provide better care for players.
Thread and picks, including this game. I mean, the Ravens suck, Zach. They suck.
We all wear that we
They did not win. Okay? You're not going to tell me to retire like this. We couldn't get this game right.
We have
Go blow the Ravens' dick, will ya?
history with
They did not win the game.
We have X-ray
You are
stadium.
completely off, you fraud.
Facets are a part of
Cincinnati had the Freemasonic numerology lining up with today's game. Cincinnati beat Andy Dalton. They beat Patterson. You are way off, amigo. You are way off.
And how about those shoes? Michael thinks the game's being played in Philadelphia.
You told me with a microphone in front of your face and privately he was the best teammate you ever had. He was awfully good. So now you're
Zach
back.
picks the Falcons and the Chargers.
Flacco over the middle. Pass is caught and sneezed.
He picks Houston.
Down inside the 45. The former
So I will go back to this.
19-yard pickup. Need one of those guys that it was acquired in the offseason, and he's going to really help.
Exactly, man. They beat a Chop Bills team. They beat Peterman, okay? They beat Andrew Luck. You are right on the money, man. Tyler Eifert. AJ Green, okay? Andy Dalton. This is still a talented team. A talented team, yes. There are a lot of them that you can find in the NFL. Well, this is at home, okay? This is still easy, man.
Denard is the nickelback, and then those safeties, Sean Williams and the rookie.
96 passing yards from Baltimore against Cincinnati equals 96. He just showed the graphic.
Here's a toss to Buck Allen.
So I'm on Free to Find Truth here. Let's see if he edits the blog. Zach picks. You know, the clown who told me to retire, but he picked the Ravens tonight. You know, that clown. Who picked the Nationals last year? Did not pick the Dodgers to win the NFL. Clown. Did not pick the Astros to make the start last year.
Drive down the field and regain some momentum just before going in at half.
It's Atlanta, he picks Houston, the guy's a clown, he really is, he's a fraud.
Ravens pick it up, bad throw, and off the hands of Crabtree and incomplete.
He sucks.
We'll see
Fuck you, Mike.
Wants to do right now. Looks like he's going to go for it on fourth down. Well, and I don't think that's a bad call. It was an errant throw. Sam Hubbard, he's having himself a heck of a first half here. He was in the face. He drove, pushed the pocket back into Flacco, and I think that affected the throw somewhat, and that was why he was
picks the Vikings. That team is not.
Right there.
I agree with the minute.
Fourth down and 4 as they pass on a 56-yard field goal try. That throw incomplete, and the Bengals take over.
Yeah.
Sneed the
Victory
target.
for these guys tonight.
Cincinnati had no chance. No chance. Just that's a bad throw, and that's on Joe Flacco. He had time in the pocket, a good route. You're going to
Ravens
see
will be a lot to
separation,
win week 2.
and he just pulls it right into the ground. I thought the route was very good by Willie Sneed. So on 4th down, they come away with nothing. There's the route. I think he sets him up nicely. He breaks to the outside. Now he
The Bengals are winning. Of course they are.
But that was
I
not
picked
going
them
to be
to
an
win.
easy tackle on a good throw. He probably picks that up.
For as good as Joe Flacco looked in the driving rain a week ago at home.
He's picking the Jets. Jets are joke. The year of the comeback. The Jets don't win 2 straight like that. It's Miami.
The story of this first half is this combination. They've now hooked up 56 times. Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, 3 touchdowns, 3 of the 4, the other to Tyler Boyd.
It's kind of the story of their careers, isn't it? They both came in the draft in 2011. A.J. Green was the first-round pick out of Georgia, and then they spent their second-round pick on the redhead from TCU, and they've been connecting really ever since.
On 2nd down, aired out, Green the target. Coverage by Brandon Carr. So 3rd down and 10, and now if you get a stop here, if you're Baltimore, you have a chance to get the ball back with some time to do something.
So he's going to be wrong about the Bucks because the Eagles, their first loss, going to happen against the Colts. Going to pick.
Cincinnati 5 for 6.
Tampa Bay's a bust. I mean, they're really a big joke. Tampa Bay's not going to win. Philadelphia Buccaneers are the trap. Picking the Colts. At least that's something I like from Zachary here is the Colts.
Blitz off the edge. Dalton throws and the pass incomplete.
He's picking the Rams. They're going to lose against Arizona. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. Sam Bradford's revenge. This clown missed it.
Talked about Eric Weddle, 32. What a player he is and has been for a long time. And you see the things that he's capable of doing. He shows a look that he's going to be up around the line of scrimmage.
No, he's not talking about the rest of them.
Those are the things. Another great player who's up for the Hall of Fame this year is Ed Reed, and they play an awful lot alike, and he's been a great player.
Okay, he's got Denver. It looks like he's got San Francisco, Denver. Oh, wrong. If he's not going to pick Oakland like this, then he's truly good.
By Cincinnati, and
I like New England. I agree. He's a clown. Tell me to retire and all this. He's a joke. He likes the Bears. The Bears are crap. Chicago. I told y'all tonight was so rigged. Fuck him. He's a joke.
Now they lead by 21, but opportunity for the Ravens with 3 timeouts.
He ain't shit, man. He don't know how to pick the other time.
Flacco down the field for Brown. Contact and a pick. And now the ball comes down.
Man, I already want to know this week. This week is boring.
He didn't secure the catch. First of all, Brown goes down. And then let's see. Kirkpatrick looked like he had it, and it just could not haul it in.
Well, that shows you the speed of Dre Kirkpatrick. Because John Brown's a 4.3 guy, and Kirkpatrick was running stride for stride with him. Had a chance on that one. He's going to be thinking about that all night.
So now 2nd down from the 19. Pass is caught by Collins. Now as Collins gets a nice block and makes a couple of nice moves out across the 40. And a timeout taken by John Harbaugh after a 22-yard catch and run. They have 2 timeouts left.
I do like this Alex Collins. I mean, I was talking to somebody that compared him to Marion Barber, and we did a lot of Dallas games with Marion Barber, and I see it. I mean, just will not go down. Tough, physical, It's fun to watch.
Came into this game with 7 rushing touchdowns since Week 11 last year, the most in the NFL. He finished strong.
Hey, Trump, 59.
Had a touchdown in Week 1. He's out. Buck Allen is in to the side of Flacco on first down. 2 timeouts left. Pass is caught. Crabtree. He takes it into Cincinnati territory. Second timeout taken by the Ravens. Gain of 17.
Well, that wasn't played very well. You got Crabtree on a slant route, and then the underneath coverage right there. I couldn't tell exactly who that was that was trying to come in there and make a play. It was Nick Vigil, who just completely overruns it. There was no other receiver there. It wasn't the worst thing, but they were able to pick up another 8-10 yards.
So the ball is at the 42. See what's happened with the Bengals here. With the most points in the first half since Week 16 of 2013.
Yeah.
Ravens are basically inside Tucker's field goal range and now even further inside, and a good effort by Mark Andrews to get out of bounds, stop the clock. They keep their timeout, and Andrews, the rookie tight end, 3rd-round pick from Oklahoma, gets 11.
Well, they like tight ends. As we know, Ozzie Newsome, the GM, was a tight end. They get a hit on Flacco at the end of that, but that was a well-run route by Mark Anderson against Nick Vigil, and of course, they drafted 2 tight ends this year, and it's not the first time Ozzie's done that. He's drafted 2 tight ends 3 times over the course of his general managership.
Flacco to Brown. And a flag and a pass interference call. There was a little grab at the end of that play with Kirkpatrick on him.
Pass interference, number 27, defense. First down at the 1-yard line.
I don't like that at all.
There's a grab. Mike Pereira, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Troy on this one. There was a slight grab, but really didn't affect his ability to get to the pass. I really don't think so. That's just not a call I think that you got to make.
Well, that's a huge 30 yards. It puts the ball at the 1 and gives the Ravens the chance they're looking for with 25 seconds left and a timeout.
56 is the line. Yeah.
You go back to that offensive possession on the last time with the Bengals not running any time off the clock.
Collins driving and short. Timeout taken by the Ravens. They're out of timeout, 16 seconds, and the ball just outside the end zone, 2nd and goal.
Well, what I've seen so many times down here when you're talking about Michael Crabtree, whether it's with the Ravens even last week or when he was in Oakland and San Francisco, that they like him down inside the 5-yard line on the fade route. Sometimes he'll fake like he's going to the fade route, come back to the front pylon. They're awfully close to the goal line, 2nd down, but I would not be surprised if here they don't take a shot to Crabtree because he's good at holding off the defender and giving the quarterback a place to go with the football.
Crabtree.
He's got 3 straight years with 8 or more touchdown catches, and so far they've been perfect inside the red zone.
Yeah, last year he had 8 touchdowns, and 5 of them were inside the 20-yard line, with 3 of them in this situation right here.
Hey, Rocky, buddy, yeah.
Quick setup and throw, and there he is, a flag, and this is against Crabtree.
This time they're going to act like they're going to the fade, then come back, and that's I do think that's a good call. I don't want these Ravens fans getting all worked up, but I do think that there was an extension of the arms, and they're going to get together and talk about it and see what they conclude.
Another part of this is it looked like Cincinnati before the snap was trying to call timeout.
There's no play prior to the snap. Cincinnati calls it second.
And
charge timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
So they get together. They grant Cincinnati the timeout. And with that, it wipes away the offensive pass interference. See the official, you circled, and he sees Marvin Lewis coming down the sideline, and he's the one that called it. And they granted it. So that puts the ball back inside the 1 and makes it 2nd and goal. We told Sean Williams, a strong safety, is getting an IV in the locker room there. Without him, 2nd and goal.
Hey, ring out, ring rocket.
And they go empty set from the 1. Pass is in and out of the hands of John Brown. He was there, and that throw was off the mark again. Just a little behind him there. No, he has a chance. Just that should be a touchdown. It's just a ball that's thrown behind, but he also has to make that catch. I mean, obviously you're expecting it out in front, but John Brown has to make that play. 3rd down and goal.
Hey, load him! Load him!
Flacco's in trouble. Finds his man for the touchdown, and that's Andrews. And what a time for Mark Andrews, the rookie, to get number 1 with 8 seconds left in the half. And the Ravens are back in it. Well, they completely turned loose Carlos Dunlap off the edge, and Flacco immediately has to dodge him. And thank goodness that Anderson's there, putting a good move in the end zone to give him somewhere to go with the football. There was a breakdown right there with nobody picking up Dunlap. So the rookie Mark Andrews with a touchdown go down as a 1-yard score. And it's a 14-point game. Well, you were going in that direction earlier. I guess it should be no surprise that when Ozzie Newsome, who is a college football Hall of Famer, a pro football Hall of Famer, a tremendous executive, you could make a strong case that if he wasn't in Canton as a player in the Hall of Fame for what he's done in the front office, the Browns and then the Ravens, that he is due enshrinement for just the work as an executive with this organization. He likes tight ends, and why wouldn't he? He was one of the best ever. Well, that's what I was trying to get out earlier. 3 different times in the draft, he has taken 2 tight ends in a draft, and as he did again this year with the 1st and 3rd round picks. And I think Ozzie Newsome is one of the classiest guys in all of football, one of the most respected people that's ever put on a helmet. Whoever has served in the front office, he'll be missed, but his impact is not negotiable. Here's Giovanni Bernard. And that'll do it for the first half. Remember that last drive and touchdown, because of that quick 14-second drive and 3 and out by the Bengals, gave Joe Flacco a chance, and he made the most of it. It's a 14-point game. Stay tuned for the Lexus halftime report. And they'll talk about that big first half for A.J. Green. There's your score. Bengals get the ball to start the second half. Time now for a message from Lexus.
The all-new Lexus ES is stolen, hijacked from dreams, pulled from decades of obsession, taken from the souls of artists. We confess we stole everything we could from everything we've ever mastered and put it here. The all-new Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling, a product of mastery.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
I'm Emma. I'm Claire. And we're the Salmon Sisters. We run our business from the boat. It's a really small space. This new surface goes the perfect size. I love having something that I can hold in my hand. We're proud of this way of life. We're proud of the work we're doing.
With the first choice, the Cincinnati Bengals select Carson Palmer.
Looking on for Chad. We had a belief that if he was out there, we were going to win.
All day long.
I just felt a pop and knew my season was over. He's a tough guy, man. I don't think I've ever seen anybody work any harder to get back. Or best teammates you could ask for. But he was so selfless.
It's a touchdown, Palmer! Great throw by Carson Palmer.
Ooh, Carson Palmer, football line. Oh, that is something to turn into. Oh, yes.
Into the end zone.
NFL Films Archive.
How about them Cowboys?
NFL Game Pass. Start your free trial today. NFL Network presents the Lexus Halftime Report. Here's your host, Colleen Wolf.
I need
What
another
a
one.
game this has been so far for the Cincinnati Bengals. A.J. Green, this is his second of 3 touchdowns he scored just in this first half tonight. He's having himself a night.
Hey, good, great.
Reggie Bush and Michael Irvin, and wow, to begin this game, the Bengals just jumped right out in this lead, and A.J. Green, he went off. Let's take a look here at A.J. Green's numbers against the Ravens at home. He basically averaged what he does normally against this team in the first half. An amazing starter.
It really is, Colleen. You talked about it, and I must give you credit. You talked about the absence of Jimmy Smith, and boy, do we see that absence showing up. From the slot, he scored 3 touchdowns already in the game. He scored 2 touchdowns from the slot all of 2017. So you know what Cincy's doing. They're saying we're going to move him around a lot more than we're used to moving him around.
You've seen him be moved around. You saw him each touchdown. It was a different defender. You seen him catch him in the corner, going across the middle. They're moving him around. But I can tell you one thing. With the injury with C.J. Mosley, the captain and the quarterback of this defense, I know Joe Mixon is not got a ton of yards, but the way he's doing it is exceptional. He's changing up the pace a little bit. You see a little sprained ankle, and all of a sudden Joe is dictating the pace. And without CJ there, you have a guy who is potentially going to be there to stop him. Now he's not there. Yeah, mine is Joe Flacco's got to play better. That interception he threw in the first half, that was ill-advised. I think he was trying to force it in there.
When the flat route was wide open.
But that touchdown that they scored was huge for them because that gave them life. It kept them in the game. So now they still have a shot to come back and win this game possibly.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Ravens sort of coming back a little bit. Buck Allen, I got to give him a little credit for it. That touchdown, he did a little fake spike afterwards. I love that, not going to lie. So great stuff so far in this first half. Of course, everybody out there, really important here. Families affected by Hurricane Florence, they urgently need your help. And you can help the American Red Cross by providing meals and shelter to these families. You can donate today to Hurricane Florence by going to redcross.org or calling 1-800-RED-CROSS. So please help if you can. All right, we'll have much more coming up here from the Lexus Halftime Report in Cincinnati. 28-14, the Bengals lead.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires are engineered to come through in the clutch. Let's go. And NFL coach John Gruden is going to help us prove it. I got this. Okay, tires. If you take a hit, you got to get back up. Oh, John. You better kick it up a notch and get us home. There's always got to be nails on the road to victory, but you keep on going.
Actually, Drive Guard tires can take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles to safety.
50 miles?
Yep.
Guess my pep talk worked. Share.
Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network. Thursday night, the Browns meet Gloucester has the dog pound excited, while Sam Darnold has Jets fans dreaming big. When it's on, it's on. Thursday Night Football, next Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Week 2 of the NFL season continues Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for the game in your area.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
It's intense here in Cincinnati. The Bengals up by 14 points. AJ Green with 3 touchdowns. Tyler Boyd adding in a 4th. Of course, he only has 2 against the Ravens last year, week 17, and this year, or today. Good stuff by him. Now, week 2 is underway, but we're just getting warmed up here at NFL Network. Take a look at what we have in store for you this weekend.
Week 2 is just getting started, and NFL Network has you covered all weekend long. Friday, get your day going with the best morning show on sports television, Good Morning Football.
They're loaded on both sides of the ball.
It's an unknown offensive line. They want to do a little toe drag swag.
And that evening, pop culture and football collide. It's the debut of the Kyle Branch football experience. I have the entire NFL world at my fingertips. Then at 7, Total Access has all the latest news from around the league.
We are all over it here on Total Access.
Afterward, NFL Network's critically acclaimed series returns.
We had to believe that if he was out there, there's no way.
Don't miss the premiere of A Football Life, Carson Palmer. Wake up Saturday with Good Morning Football Weekend.
Get started right now.
You do your job, you're going to have success. Sunday, we pick up where we left off with GMFB Weekend.
He makes the offensive line better.
Followed by Game Day Morning with Rich, Roots, Kurt, and Michael.
We are about to see something special.
And wrap up the weekend with Deion Sanders and the new Hall of Fame cast of Game Day Prime.
If you roll, you get the call.
Keep it locked on the NFL Network all weekend long.
We got it all for you this weekend. Of course, tonight after the postgame show, we got Rob Gronkowski joining NFL Total Access only here on NFL Network. Here's a sneak peek from Gronk on his matchup with Jalen Ramsey.
Stand with your chest, dog. Do not back down from this one. Hey, you can't let me wrong. You want this, don't you?
Nah, definitely not backing down in any situation. I'm sure he's going to come inside. I'm going to go outside. Whatever it is, it's going to happen.
Tons of good games coming up on Sunday. Here's a couple big ones here of the headliners. We got Panthers, Falcons, Vikings, Packers. You can see the slate yourself. So which game are you looking forward to most right now, Steve?
For me, Aaron Rodgers against Kirk Cousins. You saw what Aaron Rodgers did on one leg. How is he going to yell out? What is going to happen?
Green Bay.
And will the Minnesota Vikings get back at him? We talk about revenge here in Cincinnati. You don't think that revenge game for them against Minnesota because he was injured against Minnesota? Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. Yeah, well for me, I'm going to go look at that New England versus Jacksonville. In Jacksonville. Last year now, Jacksonville, Blake Bortles played New England well in that playoff game. Had that game won. Yeah. But the great Tom Brady put 2 touchdowns on the board in the 4th quarter, both to Danny Amendola to win that
The
game.
rematch can be the toughest
Let's
sometimes.
see if they can do it.
I would not expect it.
Mine is the Kansas City Chiefs
in
at the
Jacksonville.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
The
The Pittsburgh Steelers have now taken Le'Veon Bell off the depth chart, so all eyes are on James Conner. How are the Pittsburgh Steelers going to bounce back from that tie they had against the Cleveland Browns? And also, I want to see Tyreek Hill. That's a bad man over there, boy. That is a bad man over there in Kansas City.
So much fun to watch.
I can't wait to see what he does in Pittsburgh.
Can't wait to see that. Also, I can't wait to see Falcons Panthers. I mean, you talk about the injuries that were suffered last week. I want to see how these young guys are going to step up. You have Keanu Neal now on IR. I want to know who is going to step up and really make a name for themselves. You have Greg Olsen, who's out for the Panthers. That's a big loss.
Yeah, huge loss. Huge loss.
So a lot to look forward to with week 2 coming up here. AJ Green, though, we are looking forward to seeing him in the second half of this game. If it's anything like the first, best
AJ Green and Michael
Crabtree.
Crabtree.
An awesome second half of football. The Bengals, they get the ball back coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you for watching the Lexus Halftime Report.
Why bother mastering something? Why test a hybrid engine for over 6 million miles? Why hand-tune an audio system? Why include the most advanced active safety system in its class, Standard? Because when you want to create an entirely new field, the difference between excellence and mastery is a new difference in one. Introducing the all-new Lexus EX. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, it's an exclusive interview with Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski. We're talking the Jags matchup, Jalen's trash talk, plus how many years he's got left. Tonight on Total Access after the game.
Steps up the pocket. Fire the right side.
Let's do this.
Well, my feels like it, the feels so weak. I can't seem to stand on my own feet. Not really like you have such like a little love. I'm all shook up,
What are the predictions for the second half?
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Wanna show how the ATL do?
Bring it that way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Tell 'em.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring 'em.
We meet again.
Can I please?
Cincinnati is winning.
How about you?
I told you the Bengals would win. They played anything wrong. They just played fucking Titans, bro.
Second half is about to get underway, so grab a fresh Bud Light, reclaim your spot on the couch, and enjoy responsibly.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, the defense is good, man. They put Titans in there. They suck, man. They suck, man. They blew up, man. That was a real job. I mean, that Calm down! They're fucking vaginas. They're worthless. They're fucking worthless. That was on a sportsman! The defense is shit at the worst possible time of the year! Fuck this!
I think any hope the Ravens would have had going through the rest of this game rested on that last possession, and they got it into the end zone. Those big 7 points.
Fuck this, man! Joe Buck is calling the game! He sucks!
I mean, they got the ball. The defense had made the stop. Ravens went for it on 4th down. There's a minute and 20 seconds.
I did
left
have
in
the
half,
Dodgers.
and they go 3 and out with 3 straight passes, and the Ravens don't have to burn any timeouts. And then the next thing you know, it's 28-14. And I'm not saying the Ravens wouldn't have scored somehow, but it shouldn't have been that easy. And I just think that series by Bill Lazor was mishandled. Flacco and the Ravens got a little bit of life, and as we said, the Bengals will start the second half with the football. 2-1-0 teams coming in, 2 teams that battle in the AFC North.
Oh, they're broken.
Second half will start at the 25-yard line. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
I asked John Harbaugh what was the first thing he addressed with his team when they came back into the locker room, and he said, does anybody have any doubts we can't come back and win this thing? For his offense, he did admit they weren't clicking in the first quarter. Yes, Joe Flacco was a little off. They didn't seem to have it together. Defensively, he did say there's just a lot of mistakes. Coverage was an issue. Said that a lot of that was because CJ Mosley was out. Update on him, guys. Bone bruise. He is doubtful to return.
Yeah, we saw him try to leap over the body, and he did over Tyler Boyd early in the first half.
Don't fung it, guys.
Bone bruise is the diagnosis in the left knee. From the 25, Dalton will try and start with a pass. He does, and he hits Eifert across the 40. Boy, Andy Dalton has been impressive. He sure has. He hangs in the pocket and lets Eifert work the middle of the field. And boy,
Bengals fans, it's been too long since they've had a chance to see the guy make these kinds of plays, and that's excellent. When you've got speed on the outside, A.J. Green, John Ross, you need that guy like Eifert to be able to work the middle of the field. It's a good start for this.
Ginger Man Dalton. I mean, yards.
Quick setup and throw.
Terrell.
Alpha.
Terrell. The only good football player that still plays in the NFL.
Jesus, oh.
Quite a difference from last week at home to rain against the Bills tonight.
33 yards. There it is. You're 33 there.
We kind of expected that too. You know, knowing
4 points, Cincinnati.
very familiar with this defense, they were going to come at it a little
Cincinnati. I'm down for in and out later tonight.
Sure, we can do so.
I mean, so the cheap is 600 for a million.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, you know.
Played 5 games a year ago.
At least for me this weekend, I'll have to get 4 rounds. I have enough for tonight. Actually, I have enough for like the next 2
That's cool. Yeah, I go $35 by the end of the week.
Probably sometime over the weekend.
But that's a costly penalty after a really nice run. And I will say, Joe, I did not anticipate the Bengals running the ball as well as they have in this ballgame. I thought they would really struggle with that, but that offensive line has done a pretty good job for them. Main piece of it is they've been able to protect Dalton. He says he's going to rush for his life. Crowd wants a flag for what happened along the sideline as Matthew Judah. Kenny Young ended up on top of Dalton after he threw it.
There's some slow play on this young. It's Braves Nationals and Braves Cardinals to start off the line.
And Joe, I don't see how that can be applied when you're out the pocket on the run. You don't get the 2-step protection. To me, that's just normal.
I see the Phillies, they've been really
The Cubs play, yeah. The Phillies have been a Titanic. They're like a game. Fuck them.
I think it's just a game. Or I think, wait, after today, the Nats won. I think it's another game.
Nats played a bit more times and they played the Braves 6 more times.
And a good job by one of the offensive linemen just to knock that
Don't bung it, guys.
Made a wise play.
It was.
It got up in the air. Sometimes they slide and they want to catch the ball. They don't get that.
They found a way to keep it close. I mean, the Ravens scored before the half, and it's now 2 possessions. So they're not the half.
I'm not a volleyball player, but my daughter is, and you want to spike that thing. Make Allie proud. Brett Urban was the one who initially tipped that pass. And a good start for this Ravens defense. Grant would stay away as the ball checks out.
Let's say some top numbers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I saw that new day. They don't play till Sunday. That's 6 o'clock. That was the perfect timing if they played on Sunday. But they go. So I know.
He had some knee injury. He didn't play over the international break. Lori said still his thigh.
I don't know what I'll pick for that game.
I want to predict a tie. I'm not going with anything.
I may pick a draw or a full victory. I may go with a draw. I might.
If it was at Anfield, like give Liverpool the game, but it's gonna be at Wembley, so
Yeah. You know what? A draw may happen. I think it may happen. That's what I may go with.
He plays football, huh?
Stephon Diggs.
Believe it. Can I go good seeing?
Oh yeah, that's Diggs. Oh yeah, that makes so much sense now. They're taking some drugs.
Oh yeah, Tony, you know who Billy Walters is, right? I found a clip on him. He did an interview with 60 Minutes. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. You get to see him inside his office.
He's an inspiration.
He is, except for the part that he's in jail right now.
Because of
Insider trading. He got 5 years for it. He was convicted in 2017. It was something beyond his Wall Street, or beyond his sports betting, which I think, funny enough, in the 60 Minutes interview, he admitted that Wall Street has fleeced him for some money.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Thursday Night Football is brought to you by KFC's new 100% white meat $5
The long holes.
and by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach.
Kind of a humid night, but all in all pleasant here in Cincinnati. 14-point Bengals lead. The Ravens close the first half with a 7-play.
Cincinnati
Just 54 seconds. They're back in it.
I mean, the Bengals being the left, so
The second half, and that's the tight end, Max Williams.
not the last spot.
Williams has a grab for 25 yards.
This game is not over until the first quarter.
Max Williams, and he does an excellent job. They do 2 tight ends. So you've got
I mean,
This game's not over till they're up by 3 scores.
Max Williams, he comes across and
what if they script a close game to fourth quarter? Come on, stop out.
That's why I also put the over for the margin, or for the spread. The first half total I got wrong, I put the under. And it was at 21.5. I thought they would be more of a, they would have more scoring in the second half.
50% of the time. And today's game, you don't see that a whole lot. So they try to utilize those guys, and they've got a few of them work with. Play an action pass, throw again from Flacco.
What was Flacco doing?
He's open, and Flacco threw it behind him. No, that ball was tipped.
Fuck you.
Jordan Willis had his left hand on it, and it just redirected the ball.
Bravo looks confused.
They're wide open. Get through it. So a missed chance there, now 3rd and 7. Stuck up front. This one's batted down at the line.
Boy, you're 6'5", yo. What are you doing?
Okay, we got the ball.
Just rewarded with a contract extension. Forces 4th and 7. Well, he had a chance too to get that ball in there, and Dunlap, he's a big man at 6'6", and he just goes up and makes the play.
Guys, the Fags are not going to win this week. The Fagwars are not going to win.
Jaguars.
Patriots will be the walk of the week.
Jaguars.
New England will win. Fags are gay, and you're gay for kicking field goals.
55 yards and absolutely drilled. Split the uprights. Now 14-point game becomes an 11-point game in Cincinnati.
Right after 9/11? I don't know.
He goes to the right place.
The Han Solo movie.
Fuck the commercials. There's a movie exclusively with Han Solo.
Yeah.
Interesting. A movie about him after the movie that featured his death.
What? You can rent clothes with Time Hardware Warehouse.
Flacco ain't gonna do shit on your fantasy team if you have him.
I don't have them. But who I do have on the Ravens is Alex Collins.
Alex Collins is a great pickup for fantasy for the Baltimore Ravens.
He's my second running back.
The Baltimore Ravens get a bunch of carries in their offense. Go out to run the football. Fuck the Steelers.
Fuck them.
Yeah, Steelers ain't getting shit. Not with Mike Tomlin. Not with Mike Tomlin.
The Giants have an 11-game losing streak, including 3 straight series sweeps. This is their longest losing streak since 1951.
They lost that much with Ben McAdoo last year.
Or no, I'm talking about the San Francisco Giants.
Oh, San Francisco.
Yeah. They've set their longest losing streak since 1951.
1951. So that's 57 years.
Down for Andy Dalton with his 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them to A.J. Green, second time in his career.
Hey, what about Andy Dalton on their team?
Jackson, 2013.
Holy shit, what a lot of passes.
Up his 34th career field goal made.
Whereas the Ravens defense, I feel bad for them.
Harrison on return from inside the 5. 24. Down by Tim Williams, return of 20 yards.
Matt Wright's going to play one more baseball game and then retire.
Comes
Or
away.
Dave Wright.
Yeah, I saw it.
September
A year ago on Virginia Tech, backup safety, a special teams player, backed up
He's
on
been
that
sitting on the bench a lot this year.
coverage unit. Well, now we'll see what Andy Dalton can do offensively. He started out this game pretty hot. He's obviously playing pretty well. He got 4 touchdown passes, but he's disconnected on 6 of his last 7 passes. And let's see if maybe they can put together a drive here. See if the Bengals get back to trying to play fast as the handoff is mixing. They were hurrying things up in that first half, and that's when they really got something
Go mixing.
They were mixing things up, and then they were doing some of the misdirection, get Andy outside the pocket. They're slowing down here with the huddle, but they do continue to, like I said, the way they run the ball, I mean, they're not just lighting it up. I think they've been positive yards when they have run the ball. That was certainly a nice game on first down.
What does Andy Dalton have in store?
Here's Dalton outside the pocket again. He finds the tight end Croft, and he's got a first down. Good patience by Andy Dalton.
There you go, Andy.
They're actually trying to work. There's 3 layers to this route off the boot. And Tyler Boyd is the intermediate guy, but they blocked him up pretty good. Covered him up, he's right here. And they ran with him, so Andy Dalton, he just comes right out. He takes the easy one to Croft and picks up the first down. With Bernard and Mason in the backfield with Dalton.
Dude, he's pretty much hasn't played Dave Wright since 2016. This is on June 3rd, 2016. He placed under the same herniated neck disconnect.
Ravens are going shit in.
And then he had some problem with his right shoulder.
Danny Young gets here. There's just nobody picking him up whatsoever. So, I talked about it coming in last year. You can see here's Young, and he just runs
Run past him. Oh wait, they're not blockers even on the left side.
Last year for Cincinnati, that's what was happening. And saw some of it last week. And
who's blocking him?
And especially on that play there. 6 tackles down for the rookie Young. That's the 3rd time Nixon's been tackled for a loss. He couldn't tackle on Boyd.
Positive yards.
Made by Tony Jefferson, a gain of 5.
Tony Jefferson! Arizona!
Good down for Cincinnati throughout this game. 5 of 8 on third down, and expect to see something here from Wink Martindale. The third downs here, if you're looking at third, it's a little longer than 5 yards, but a third and 7. Thank you, Frank.
And now you see the Ravens defense is bad. Full start, fucker.
Ball story, number 77. Okay. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Now it's even longer than 7, Troy. Yeah, and I would be real surprised. You know what they do in these types of situations, the Ravens, I like the hard count. We saw earlier work for Randy Dalton, but here's where they like to get real exotic with some of their looks.
2017 Billy Walters was convicted of making $42 million on private information. Dallas-based dairy processing company Dean Timmons.
Dalton looks to his left, up for crowds.
He dropped it.
Tyler Cross saved the interception. Humphrey had it. Was coming right to him, and he couldn't secure it. That's excellent work by the wide receiver. You can't manage how many guys, don't have the wherewithal to understand that, but it looked like it was in his hands when he knocked it out. The ball came up. That's just a smart play that allows them to at least punt the ball. Huber with a punt. Grant waiting.
Phil Mickelson once ago, gambling debt to Walters.
21.
Walters made roughly $1 million trading Dean food shares.
11-point game.
He was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment and $10 million. He is imprisoned at federal prison camp Pensacola and is scheduled for release on February 14, 2022.
The times. Like this guy. And her. And him.
Oh yeah, he donates a lot to this one charity for helping people with intellectual disabilities and skills for a job. Because his son, I think, has like some severe form of Down or something like that. So he gives a fair amount of it away. But they showed in the interview how he'll golf with buddies and they'll bet along the way. They'll just like, oh yeah, $200 if I get this closer to the hole. Like they just do that each game. Like I think he said the most he ever made on a round of golf is $4 billion.
Experience the thrill of NFL Red Zone from NFL Network. We got a stuffed lineup of games all day today. Every touchdown. What a grab! Oh, how hot can you lead from every game?
Oh, brilliant. So whatever.
Every Sunday
That guy on the seats.
games like today. All the way! Touchdown! NFL Red Zone. Sundays at 1.
Sunday at 9.
There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
In this game, you gotta do something in the community that's for yourself. NFL Game Day Morning. Sunday at 9. Live on NFL Network.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light. Momentum has shifted just a bit at the end of the first half with the Ravens making a 14-point game. Now it's an 11-point game. They get the ball back. They hand the Collins. He comes to the near side. There wasn't much there. And Collins turns that into a 3-yard gain, knocked down by Sean Williams.
Come on, play goals.
Flacco needed to throw the ball moving.
So far away.
Momentum definitely swung the ball. 1 second and 7 play action from Flacco. Drops it off to Collins. And
Come on, big ballers.
2 tackles.
Warriors!
Collins is out across the 45.
AJ Green, let's go, AJ.
Got 24 when there was nothing there. Now, these are the things that he's capable of doing. And it's just Drake Kirkpatrick goes down low, and it's just not an opportunity to get him on the ground with those types of tackles like we talked about. He's just a very physical runner with the ball in his hands. He's hard to break down. It's a great finish and run on his part. Buck Allen checks in the backfield next to Flacco. Speed and motion. Allen gets it on the handoff. And he drags Jordan Evans for a couple of yards. He's free. Ravens now hurrying up. Is caught. Chris 4. 2nd and 7, a gain of 5, so 3rd and 2 coming up. Bengals are 5-1 here at home against the Ravens over the last 6 meetings. Reception, week 1 last year. The Ravens came in and won 27. They go with their big candidate with just one wide receiver in the game. 3rd and 2. Play action, pass broken up.
Yeah.
Allen was the target. And there was nothing out there as Nate Vigil was there to make the stop. 4th down, and right now it looks like the Ravens will go for it again. Yeah, that was a really nice play by Nick Vigil. And Vigil played that perfectly. They wanted to try to take a shot down the field, but if he sees this guy flashing, he'll have to get the 1st down. Big play right here. 4th down and 2. Pass is caught. Buck Allen. And with the stretch, we'll see where they put it. Looks to be short. Darquez Denard.
Yeah!
That is really close. Hardy Nichols there. Darquez Denard. He had the leg in the lunge. And from here, it looked close. I see where the mark is relative to the red line. It looks way short.
It's short! It's short! Oh! It's short.
Denard. It looks to be a good spot. Yeah.
It's a good spot.
That's all Denard.
No! God! Get out of here! Woo! Oh, and the Bengals! They stopped him! They beat it too long! You ain't shit, possible! They lead by 11 just after 9/11.
Right-hand team and holding system.
Woohoo!
Active safety system in its class standard. Because when you
Denied!
the difference between excellence and mastery is all the difference in the world. Introducing the all-new Lexus ES. Every curve, every innovation, every feeling. A product of mastery. Experience and research at your Lexus dealer.
Marky, Bud Lights for everyone.
Actually, I prefer an iced mead.
Marky, Bud Lights for everyone and a me.
Is it go? They got him on 4th down. It's AJ Green time.
Bud Lights for everyone and one autumnal me.
Is it malty and full body? Because I like it more.
Cancel that me.
Bud Light, for the many, now with you.
We are a go on the beef jerky. You know what? We've had some hydration too. You see?
USAA Bank helps you take charge of your everyday spending. So you can say,
Who the hell is he at? On time,
I help at every turn. USAA Bank.
That hurts him. AJ Green with 3 touchdowns for Tony's tip-top team. God, teach my name.
Change it then. Edit your team.
Thursday Night Football. Next Thursday at 8. Only on NFL Network.
Lexus ES, a product of Mastery. Experience amazing at your Lexus
Call
dealer.
it Tony's tapes.
Again, welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light. Bengals have it after making a play on 42 from the 44, leading by 11.
Easy pass to running back.
Tackle number 7 of the night for Kenny Young, while on the sideline, Joe Mixon is getting looked at. They had him up on the table a moment ago, and the guy in the middle of that picture with the hat on backwards, Billy Price, the rookie center, who has a boot on his lower right leg. It's been a physical game, as you would expect, between these two teams. I know these Thursday night games, but if you're going to play on Thursday night, I do think it's better to play early while you're still relatively fresh. But we've seen a number of guys have to exit this ball game. Second down and 1. Bernard's got a first down. Inside the 40 to the 39. Clint Bowling, the left guard, he just does an outstanding job here of just matching everything down the line. Corey Glenn, he's leading the way, and it's just a good job by that offensive line of Jim Bernard. A great place to go with the football. Well, that looked nice. Great ball. Likes that. New offensive line coach here in Cincinnati. First down. Bernard again. Down a yard. Of course, this drive begins again with Baltimore going for it on 4th down. It's the second time tonight that the Bengals have stopped the Ravens on 4th down. And if the Ravens pick that up, they're in all likelihood coming away with at least 3 points. So a huge stop by the Bengals defense. Bernard forward progress from 2.
Where's he throwing it?
3rd down and 8. Outside of field goal range at the moment. Cincinnati just can't get Ross going. You know? I mean, they're just trying to get him the ball and incorporate him into this thing, but they just have not been able to get on the same page. Got a drop earlier in the game.
Hey, 48! Go 48! Double D, double D! Great team! And Connor!
Goes low. And that forces him up.
Donnie wants his Mr. Dalton doing.
Cincinnati.
Trying to get him to play out the snap. Trying to get him offside.
Before there could be a nation, there had to be people willing to fight for it, to take on the world's greatest challenges, whatever they might be. So the U.S. Army masters not only tactics and strategy, but also physics and chemistry. We make battle plans and create breakthroughs in medicine, science, and engineering. Our next mission could be anything, so we prepare for everything.
Every day, I push myself to be better. Every day, I make choices. Every day, I bring the hustle. And Waco's 000 Greek non-fat yogurt helps me feel it. It's got more of what I want, like 15 grams of protein, and less of what I don't, like added sugar. Because every decision, every moment matters. Waco, fuel your hustle.
The news day is crazy. Right. Hey, Sticks, you playing football this year? Let me get back to you. What about you? Did you go for anything else? You ain't never heard a voice like this. I dare you too. You like it. Right. I'm trying to say where you fall. Yeah, I knew you did. Yeah, Brady. How about you? What do you bring?
After the game, see which stars stop by the set. Then, our guys break down all the biggest highlights and key moments from the game. That was huge. It turned everything. That was huge. Tonight, live on NFL Network.
Well, third down and 8. And a lot of options for Marvin Lewis, depending on what happens here. As John Mixon is on the sideline.
Bengals!
Return with a knee injury. Just outside field goal range at the moment. Pass is incomplete. And a big hit on Eifert. And the Bengals will punt. Yeah, Dalton throws right into the coverage. You're going to see here, he rolls that way. He knows he's got help. He's looking for that route right there. So he's going to be clued in, and as soon as he goes to the outside, there's a huge collision. So he has to worry
Ravens
about the
have
outside
studied up
receiver.
on the crossing routes of the
He was in coverage with.
They're right there to defend that crossing route. Right into the Ravens' game strategy.
Cooper hits it. Grant lets it go over his head, and it comes back for a good punt. Great punt. The Bengals with just 3 first downs on their last 4 drives.
Yay!
So they haven't been able to regain that magic they had early. They jumped out to that 21-0 lead. It was 21-7. 28-7, 28-14 at the half. Now it's an 11-point game, and Joe Flacco right back out there on the field. That's right, and Cincinnati's just kind of hanging on. And there's still 4.5 minutes left here in this third quarter. So this defense, they've got it pinned up now.
The Dodgers won,
they're able to make
9-7.
a stop, which is what you're hoping for if you're Cincinnati, to try to then regain field position and set your offense up and see if maybe they can't get it ignited again. See that blitz coming in, and the pass is caught by Crabtree.
Yeah, fantasy points at Crabtree. Big ball of Crabtree.
They're a different team without Joe Mixon. I know that. The things that he's able to do. He's been hobbled throughout most of this game. Second down at 4.
Time!
Hangs in and finds his man, the tight end Boyle. A lot of traffic around Joe Flacco, and Boyle is on the receiving end of a 17-yard pass. Big pressure by Atkins. He's a big guy. Joe Flacco is, and he's strong in the pocket, and they're just not able to get a solid hit on him. And it's trying to keep his eyes down the field. There's a great throw. Here's Collins. Over that left side on first down, he gets 5. With that catch by Boyle, Flacco has found 9 different receivers in this game. The ball is already out past it on 37. Yeah, and, a couple of plays, and here they are approaching midfield. Second down and 5. Flacco, protection breaks down. Again, he finds a receiver, and Buck Allen able to get out and get a first down. Pressure again by Atkins. But he could not get
He's escaping like Big Ben there. He's using his big body. He's finding some open receivers. Flacco's strong, tough quarterback in there. He's got a strong arm.
And so he was still able to cut it loose. Good throw now under pressure by Flacco. Here's Allen on the right side, pushing the pile with Nickerson and Vigil. There for Cincinnati in game 3. Not so much for field position unless you're able to create a takeaway now. You got Geno Atkins coming off the field.
No CJ Mosley in there for the Bengals defense.
Joe Flacco right now, and you see that you're pretty happy with.
In there for the Raven defense against the Bengal offense. CJ Mosley, the Ravens linebacker.
56 is like. Play action again.
Suck! Ah!
As he let it go.
Yeah! He put the off! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! The pressure there. Geno Atkins there. That big guy. That defensive tackle there. That Geno Atkins there. He was disrupting that Ravens offensive line there. The big defensive tackle there forces the interception. The blitz on there as well from the other side. The Bengals have the football back.
Bubble trains. Bubble trains. It's a thing. My point is, everyone's
The
got
Bengals are really great for stopping the Army Company lines. They're going to beat the Redskins.
The whole family gets 6 months of free Apple Music on Verizon. So let's play that reggaeton.
How do you like the Colts play? How do you think they'll handle Alex Smith next week?
Free Apple Music on us, only on Verizon. Switch
fine.
now and get
They'll be
free
just
Samsung
fine. They
phones.
played a big game against Cincinnati and the Big Father. Indianapolis.
Adults are just kids.
The Jaguars will pull out a Cincinnati victory.
Punch
The
her out.
C-Class sedan, coupe, and cabriolet. The thrills keep getting better. The 2018 C-Class sedan starting at $40,250. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
One piece of KFC all white meat chicken. 2 pieces of KFC all white meat chicken. Holy smokes! This is the most white meat ever assembled in a $5 club. Get this deal before it flies a coop. KFC, it's finger licking yet.
Wrangler jeans are made for those who roll with the times. Like him, and her, and these two. New styles, great fits. Wrangler, real comfortable jeans.
Thursday night football.
Fuck Cincinnati!
Verizon. Now go mix
Putting
and match
the Ravens in the
I'm talking about the city.
Cincinnati's a dump. We know why. It's a big dump. If Andrew Luck played there, we would have taken a dump on the whole city of Cincinnati.
Bengals had only 14 takeaways last season.
The Bengals still lost to the Colts in the playoffs. He didn't beat them in the playoffs. Give the Bengals.
2 a week ago, 2 tonight. Reception by Sean Williams, and now a quick hit on a completion to Giovanni Bernard by Tavon Young, a loss of 1 back to the pick. They're wanting to go to Chris Moore here in the slot. That's the route that he's running, and they got John Brown on a post. But you're going to see with the protection and Nick Boyle not able to handle Carlos Dunlap coming off the edge. He defeats him one-on-one, and he gets the arm, and that's why the
Not giving Joe Flacco time there.
Sean Williams right there to make a play on the ball. So credit Carlos Dunlap.
Joe Flacco needs some better protection out there. He really needs world-class protection out there to be able to have an open time to find a receiver.
AJ Green.
AJ Green! Fantasy points again!
Such a good release off the ball, and there's contact, and he gets inside, and he's a big body at 6'4" and 210 pounds, and that's perfect ball placement by Andy Dalton, putting it right on him. That was good coverage by Brandon Carr. It's his first catch in 27 minutes. Tyler Eifert makes that grab. Gain of 8.
33 points.
To go, quarter number
Greg
3.
Oden's Raven has 3.3 points. Who would have thought that? 33 to 3.3.
Down here at the bottom of the screen. He's trying to
And he is one-on-one right here.
All 33.
Humphrey. And Humphrey can run too, but well, I'd sure like to see that shut down the field. Bernard carries and wrapped up by Bourbon. No gain on 2 when we start the fourth quarter. So now a big third down for Cincinnati. To the fourth quarter we go on NFL Network Thursday Night Football. 28-17 Cincy.
Every day, I'll push myself to be better. Every day, I make choices. Every day, I believe in the hustle. And Waco's 000 Greek non-fat yogurt helps me feel it. It's got more of what I want, like 15 grams of protein, and less of what I don't, like added sugar. Because every decision and every moment matters. Waco, fuel your hustle.
Hey, if you're feeling a little powerful, check out the engine line of Ford is hooking up for the Ford F-150. You want the most torque? You got it. You want the best towing? All yours. And then you want best-in-class fuel economy? No problem. How about a brand spanking new diesel? Sure. You want to try that? Crazy. It's like a power smorgasbord. This is the Ford F-150.
Hey guys, Tony here.
It feels nice to have a system and a routine, like constant chaos every day. Because he works his crazy hours, it's very important that we sit down and have dinner together. HelloFresh was an easy way for us to get on the same page at dinner.
That's really one of our only times to connect, especially now that we have the littlest one. Simple steps, fun, delicious ingredients pre-portioned out. When you're done, you're like a masterpiece.
Use code TV60 to get $60 off your first 3 boxes. HelloFresh. Get cooking.
Generosity. A spirit that's real. Real. The symbol of who you are and everything you do. Couldn't let you simply grace with generosity. That's love. Worthy of the crown. Crown blood.
Thursday night, the Browns' new roster has the dog pound excited, while Sam Darnold has Jets fans dreaming big. When it's on, it's on. Thursday Night Football, next Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light.
Fuck Bud Light. That is piss water beer.
Cincinnati.
Go with Mickey's. Go with some malt liquor. Yeah, go the Corona. You get my drift.
Good protection in the throw.
What? on? Fuck you guys.
Donnie, what night?
Just check it out. I mean, this is gay crap. This is Rick Blaze here. It's scripted there. Kept him in the game. Gay.
So he came a little bit side on
And he don't does his jump.
Maybe that's the reason he wasn't as accurate with
That's
the
great,
football.
man. That is
Was
rubbish.
wide open. Michael Pierce was driving in the face of Dalton. Sidearm throw was wide. Shoot, Cincinnati now 0 for 5 on their last 5 third downs. The 4 previous ones were
Gay. Should have got that ball.
obviously a short 3rd and 2, and just missed a great opportunity to keep that drive going. 37-yard punt here by Huber. Fair catch called for by Grant and Lamar Jackson. First time we've seen this in a while. First time we've seen it in the second half. 32nd pick in the opening round of the draft. The 2016.
Tony, what are we betting on horses?
Great thrower, great runner.
When there's nothing else on.
And Louisville. Fake it to him, throw it too high.
God damn it.
Who was wide open? He was. Both these quarterbacks have missed the throws that they'd like to have back.
That is, by the way, the fourth
Oh,
snap
shit.
on offense
Troy?
tonight.
What a brilliant commentator you
Yeah,
are.
they sprinkle him in enough, which I
8 minutes, rubbish. You're the comeback, man. Tannehill, David Johnson, extra one. Aaron Rodgers.
Catch by Brown for the first down.
Ty Brown.
You said earlier, if you were Joe Flacco, you wouldn't like it. As you look at this 17-yard completion, back in the day when the Wildcat was the rage around the NFL, Flacco said it's a high school offense, and yet he's having now to deal with it. There's no franchise one. Have someone else playing.
Yeah.
Or not, but other franchise, there's no way. They're sneaking in. He's got a first down. I just hate to him that I know that because Flacco told me, but hey, you know, in 19
Flacco didn't tell you shit, boy. You know what I talk about? No, John. Crabtree.
Out at the 47. And you said earlier, there's no doubt that Joe Flacco, he was already on notice, but he knows that the future is wearing number 8 for the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, and I think that, he's, who knows? Maybe the organization wanted to motivate Joe Flacco. I mean, there's people that say he's not as driven as he probably could be, and whatever it was, it certainly motivated him in the offseason. Great week one.
Didn't play call offensive coordinator. Drop the little. It's college offense shit.
It's interesting, though. You draft a guy like Lamar Jackson, you say he's the future. This is his 11th year, Joe Flacco. Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay is in his 14th year, and he just signed a record-setting contract. Flacco rolling right. He will take it and slide for the first down. Cincinnati territory, the other side is 50, a 2-yard run.
Look at this guy that comes behind him.
Last week,
gang, tackle him. What about him?
Was able to do. I don't think came as natural for him with the back history last year. He said it's not a problem, and it does not look to be the way he goes. Here's a nice catch from the tight end Boyle. That, by the way, was the third time Boyle gets 9 that Joe Flacco has run for a first down in this game. It's 2nd and 1 here. Yeah, kind of sneaky the way that he's able to run. You wouldn't look at him and think that he's really that mobile at 6'6", but he chews up some ground, and they've got a good drive going here. So they trail by 11. They take a shot. It's not there. John Brown.
Please break free of your receiver.
Marty Morning with here, second, less than a yard, taking a shot. You get the guy up tight and let it rip. And the offensive coordinator now for his 3rd year. Head coach previously at one time with the Lions. He's been around. This week was some fun. They give it to the upback, who was the tight end Williams. Big 87, Max Williams. It is good for 6 and another first down with over 11 to play.
Ground and pound football.
Max Williams.
Get that first down.
He stopped right away, but he shows off some of his running skills and is able to pick it up. It's a good job. And Max Williams, he was drafted in the 2nd round. High expectations. Development isn't why they went out and signed 2 tight ends this year. Flacco slings it, pass is caught inside the 20 by Buck Allen. Baltimore is now inside the red zone, down by 11, with all the momentum. That's nice. They got him on Sean Williams, and Sean Williams is playing soft. So Buck Allen just comes off the ball and takes it to the post. They put it right on him. He's really good at doing those types of things. And those types of players, when I was playing, were my favorite guys. The ones that were so versatile in what they could do. Lamar Jackson is in the backfield in the shotgun with Flacco wide to the bottom of the screen. And Jackson is going to carry and lunge to the 16. And in some ways, Lamar Jackson is also a legacy pick for Ozzie Newsome, as he will step away after this year as the general manager. Eric Acosta, who's the assistant GM, will take over. You see youth now on this roster. Flacco not on that list, although still just 33.
False start.
There's Ronnie Stanley.
False start, number 79, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And the first round pick a couple of years ago out of Notre Dame. One area where they were really good last year. We talked about how good they are in special teams, their defense. The great takeaway is they just were not a heavily penalized team. They did not beat themselves with turnovers and penalties. 2nd and 14 to the end zone. Pass is caught for the touchdown. John Brown.
Why?
What a throw, what a catch.
I went for the back
Let's
end.
take another look. Make sure he got both feet down in bounds. It sure looked like he did, Joe. This is a great job by John Brown. Coach. Just being able to focus. Great coverage by Draker. Outstanding coverage, and where the ball is relative to his arm. His arm is right in the middle of it, and John Brown just goes up and makes a play on that ball. That's excellent work. There's the left, the right down. And the Ravens will go for 2. To make it a 3-point game is successful. 0 for 1 last week. Eagles come on blitz with a throw. Pass incomplete for Buckeye.
Yeah!
And it stays a 5-point game. But how about that? 21 yards from Flacco. Dropped it in beautifully. What a catch by John Brown. His first year with the Ravens. So far, so good.
Thank you for the invitation.
No one noticed much after this.
Our hall is much greater than this. Our bar is much less crowded than this.
It might not be as much fancier than that.
Much.
Why did we fight him here?
The raid castle will be a distraction. Bud Light, for the many, not the few.
Get ready for an all-new auto trader. Search with all new speed. Shop with all new control. Now with the power of Kelly Blue Book Price Advisor on Auto Trader, so you know the price is fair. Supercharge your search at your next car. Faster than ever. Shop all the cars like never before with the all-new Auto Trader.
How amazing! This is like real now. Is this their game? Is this their Super Bowl? I can't wait to see this matchup. What does he need to do to win? That's fine, but you can't look up to a lot of people. Right? I already know. All right, let's do it. Hey, baby, let's go on now. That's what's on. The guy is ready to do it all. Goes up for one.
Yeah, it is officially over. Who's the most dynamic football player? Oh my goodness, he caught it!
It is
Fires for the end zone. Close it down!
Fourth quarter.
Thursday Night Football is brought to you by Bud Light. Enjoyed by giant blue fictional knights everywhere.
You're told that Joe Mixon will be a part of this.
Piss water.
There's a 5-point game. Biggest lead was 21. Here are the Ravens now. This fight between these two teams in the AFC North. See who goes to 2-0. Remember when we referenced my former partner, our good friend Chris Collins? He's here. Dicky Shuffle. Dicky Shuffle. Great Anthony Munoz, the Hall of Famer. There's their guy, CC Cadillac, Chris Collinsworth. Season ticket over here in Cincinnati, and obviously the Mets broadcaster, good friend to us in Boston. They honored the 1988 team. Went to the Super Bowl and came up just short to San Francisco. Well, Dicky Shuffle, boy, I remember being young back then and watching him and how amazing he was. And there's been a lot of great players and a lot of great coaches who have come through this organization for Cincinnati. Here's Mixon. Welcome back to the game. They were checking his knee earlier.
Mixon! They're keeping the game close. They need to keep entertaining for the fans, so I understand
What if
why.
they lose?
I think the Bengals can hold on.
What if they lose?
They jack off again.
He stuck his right leg out trying to trip Mixon. Probably the reason why he wasn't moving over the sideline. Yeah, probably should have gotten the trip ball on that.
Go CJ Mosley.
Missed it 2nd and 4. It's just not the same.
Eerie to find out Andy Dalton's going to be a big-time quarterback here. 3rd and 2.
Under 9 to go here in Cincinnati. See, the last 5 drives, only 4 first downs. Punts ended each ever. Previous 4, outstanding. Ravens defense with 5 straight stops on 3rd down. Yeah. And the last one they had was 3rd and 2 as well. They need to pick this up. Backing up as he throws it, tip, the flag is thrown. Tavon Young tipped it, and it's a hold on the coverage against A.J. Green. First the tip. Well, where the flag came in, Joe, I'm not sure.
Holding number 25.
Yeah.
Defense.
Yeah! Yeah! First down!
He was going to get a flag. And I think John Ross thought he was going to come away getting a flag, too. A lot of contact down the field on Young. They get Tavon Young and are able to get a new set of downs, which is what they desperately needed. 4 left. Young, guilty of the infraction, which carries with it the automatic first down. Good move. The big tight end rumbles across the 50 for 13 yards and another first down. And I think Andy Dalton really helped Uzomah with the throw, because as he comes out, you're going to see a defender out in front of him, and he recognizes that. Of course, he's navigating a rush in his face as well, but the throw to the inside kind of gets Uzomah working back inside.
Now the Bengals got you play again.
Outside, that was really not going to be much of a game. Mixon back in there. Gets it on the toss, running left. Knocked out to 45, a gain of 5. Well, that's a good call by Bill Lazor. Right now, with the Bengals now starting to mount a drive of their own and recognizing the situation in the game, Martindale, he brings some pressure inside. They had to toss away outside front to the left, which ran away from some of the clutter that was coming up the middle. And with that pressure, no sacks. after 6 a week ago at home against the Bills. Pass is caught.
Yeah, AJ Green!
There's so much there that you have to respect it. And, Marlon Humphrey, he knows what he's up against, and so you play a cushion in it. And then when you do, AJ Green's able to take advantage of some of those types of looks. On catches, 69 yards, 3 touchdowns for AJ Green. Makes it, bounces back, tries the other side. First down and more. Big run, Joe Mixon. Andy Dalton hands the ball off, and he thinks he's way out of the play after that. Here comes Joe Mixon running after him. And you're going to see Andy after he makes this handoff. He wasn't real sure what to do. If he should get out there and try to lead block for him. No, here he goes. Golf just fell out of the water. The 21-yard carry is the longest rush tonight by either team. That's a lot of just run over the top. Play 16. Makes it again, and he's swallowed up in the backfield. Ricard.
Under 5 minutes.
Defensive end and fullback. But this Ravens team is there for a loss of 3. Now, Trey Hopkins is in there for Billy Price, and, Ricard just beats him. Tough block for Hopkins to try to make. And so, Baltimore needed to come up, and they needed to make a play themselves. The Bengals come up with a field goal. If they're able to hold them to a field goal, at least it's still a 1-possession game. Here's Bernard, nothing there. Jefferson was in there and was not alone. Tim Williams and others. Now 3rd down and long. And so I think Andy Dalton here, I think he's got to be smart and just recognize that 3 points right here is big. At least you make him drive the length of the field and then come up with a 2-point conversion. And don't do anything that's going to be reckless with the football. You know, 36-yard try from this spot. You wouldn't think they'd give AJ Green one-on-one. See, it's caught. There's Ross. And Ross spins down just inside the 10. Where it will be 4th down, but that makes this field goal try by Bullet basically a chip shot. Clock continues to run. So good drive there by Cincinnati, aided by the penalty on Baltimore with the pass interference, and yet they're able to continue to move the ball down and possibly extend this to an 8-point lead. 48-yard try is drilled. That hole against Savon Young. About the drive to continue. It took 5 minutes off the clock. It's a 1-score, but an 8-point game.
You want to bring the heat? Prove it. Use carbs to help fuel muscles. And electrolytes to help replace what you lose in sweat. Study, testing, prove. Nothing beats Gatorade.
Hey, what do you guys want to listen to?
Oh, reggaeton.
EDM. What about bubble trance? Bubble what? Bubble trance. It's a thing. My point is, everyone's got different tastes. That's why Verizon lets you mix and match your family unlimited plans, so everyone gets the plan they want without paying for things they don't. And right now, the whole family gets 6 months of free application on Verizon. So let's play that reggaeton. Old school reggaeton. Not the new stuff.
Get 45 million songs with 6 months free Apple Music on us, only on Verizon. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy J3B.
There's something out there. Unnatural things. It's people. They don't sleep. Like ever. They revel in extremes and defy limitations. These pursuits may seem unnecessary, but the scariest thing I can imagine is a world where this doesn't exist.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires are engineered to come through in the clutch. And NFL coach John Gruden is going to help us prove it.
I got this.
Okay, tires, if you take a hit, you got to get back up. John, you better kick it up a notch and get us home. There's always going to be nails on the road to victory, but you keep on going. Actually, Drive Guard tires can take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles to safety. 50 miles? Yep.
Just not that not working. Shit.
The Ravens know what they need, a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion, 8-point game. And the drive will start at 25. Joe Flacco back to the field. Over 300 passing yards for the first time in 21 games. But that's a little solace to a guy whose team trails by 8, albeit with 3 timeouts left and just under 3 to play. Flacco, broken out. Round the target, Kirkpatrick made the play. It's a nice play on the ball by Kirkpatrick. He reads it. He's watching the release. He comes in. I think he plays it beautifully. I don't think there's contact on the back prior to him reaching for the ball. Even though he's kind of playing through the receiver somewhat, I don't think there was body on him. And like I said, former first-round pick, I really like this guy, what I've seen in him.
Here we go, Bengals.
Second down, extra men on the rush, and Crabtree wasn't ready for it. Third down. Well, a lot of traffic in there, and that's not easy. You know, you're Crabtree and you're coming across, and you're just trying to navigate people. Carl Lawson, he drops off, and he sees him out in front of him, and doink, it's hitting the ball. Third down and 10. Timeout, Cincinnati. These two head coaches have been going at it for a long time, the longest tenured NFL head coaches. Same team, Bill Belichick is number 1, 19th season. But how about Marvin Lewis and John Harbaugh? They're on the list. Lewis, number 2, is 16th season. Harbaugh is 11th. See the winning percentage. Bengals have not been in the playoffs in the last 2 years. John Harbaugh has not been there the last 3.
7 postseason appearances.
They're winning so far. They're jacking off in the playoffs.
Let's Flacco onto his right. Gets
Trouble.
Ball is out.
They came with the blitz. They burned them there.
Knocked out by Sean Williams.
That was straight up strong safety blitz. Weak safety blitz. Boom. That was a weak safety there. Well, that was Williams, the guy that was suspended from the last week. Or got ejected from the game.
John Williams was coming full speed the entire time. They're trying to pull out Marshall Yonda to help him a little bit. You see number 73, he peels out looking for someone who's chasing and just not able to get there quick enough. And that's just a great play by Sean Williams. Williams has a pick in this game, has 7 over the last 3+ years, but that play might very well seal this one and send the Bengals to 2-0. Yeah, for a guy who, was really reckless last week and he gets ejected from that ball game, he has come up big.
Now the Bengals are getting lucky with the turnovers here. They'll all crumble apart sooner rather than later, I think.
Taken by the Ravens. They have 2.
Well, let's see they'll bungle away this game.
Well, you know what? At least I bet on the
Let's see that close.
And it's been some good tonight for Joe Flacco. Over 300 yards. He's been sacked 4 times. He's been hit a lot. He's missed some open receivers and just a typical battle between the Ravens and the Bengals in the AFC North. A lot of big hits. And before a second down and 9. Man just got onto the field and basically just walked over to the sideline. Nobody went and got him.
No one went and got him.
Well, this AFC North is an awfully tough division, and Cleveland. Everyone's kind of excited about Cleveland, but where exactly they are. But we know that Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, those guys are going to beat each other up, and I do think Cleveland's going to roll into the fold somehow. But to have whoever ultimately wins this game, an early season win within the division, that's huge. Mixon on 2nd and 9. Second timeout taken by the Ravens. They have to hope to make a stop and then get a miss by Fuller, the place kicker. Here's a recap of the game. The first half was dominated by Cincinnati. The combination of Dalton and Green, they had 3 touchdowns. Tyler Boyd had a touchdown. The Ravens got back in before the half. The touchdown throws by Flacco. The young tight end Andrews, one to John Brown, but that
has to make it up a great game.
A moment ago to force the fumble by Sean Williams to set up Cincinnati with the ball inside the 30. And again, this Ravens defense.
I mean, at least it was 10 to 23 since then.
Performance at home against the Buffalo Bills. They've been shut out in that category. Some question marks on this offensive line for the Bengals. The rookie center has been hurt tonight. Third and 7, Nixon. Dragged down on the play as there's Wormley made the stop. The final timeout is taken by Bowler. They'll have to hope for a miss. He shooting out of the rocket on that play. He showed all that he had and got fairly close. But there's no doubt that Cincinnati was going to run that ball. And of course, Baltimore used that last time out well within field goal range. And yeah, like you said, kind of hoping and praying right now. This Ravens defense led the NFL with 34 takeaways a year ago, none tonight. Ravens were plus 17 in that turnover ratio to lead the league. Minus 3 tonight. Fuller drills it from 40. Yay! And the lead is back to 11. An impressive night for the most part for the Cincinnati Bengals on their way to a 2-0 start. Welcome back inside the booth. Let's talk about the games coming up on Sunday as we get to start week 2 here tonight. The incredible comeback by Aaron Rodgers, the sprained knee, all the heroics against Chicago. It remains to be seen, A, if he even plays against the Vikings, and B, how effective he is. He's going to have his hands full with that great defense.
Yeah, what a great matchup. Remember, it was the Vikings last year that knocked him out, with the broken collarbone and forced him to miss some time, and now will he, in fact, be able to play. The other game I'm looking forward to seeing two desperate teams after going 0-1 didn't look good offensively. Is a Sunday night game with the divisional NFC East team with the Giants and the Cowboys, and a lot at stake for these 0-1 teams. And as I said last week, you spend so much time preparing for week 1, and when you come up short, boy, you really are demoralized, and that only adds to the angst and urgency of week 2. So those 0-1 matchups, and there's a few others, those are going to be fun to watch to see how they're able to come out and respond. But for Dallas, there was so much change in the coaching staff. For the offense, obviously, Des Bryant is gone, Jason Witten retires. They have a young quarterback still. They barely all played together.
That's mediocre.
And it showed. Right, in week 1 at Carolina, the offensive line at times got a little whelmed by the Panthers, and that was problem number 1.
Well, that's just another reason why.
Julian Manning's got to beat Prescott. Julian Manning is a bum if he doesn't win this week. He's a bum. They're going to call a roughing here.
Dunlap got through.
Yay! Let him play football!
So it was Dunlap up high and Carl Lawson too low, and that's what drew the flag. Hey, if you get penalized for pushing a quarterback in the back, you're definitely getting a penalty when you go low, and everyone, of course, knows that. Carlos Dunlap. Well, he and Geno Atkins came into the league at the same time. They both signed contract extensions. He has been their best edge rusher since he arrived here in Cincinnati. That one's tipped.
Man,
Falls incomplete.
that was picked off.
So what have we seen here tonight, Troy? I mean, we talked about the Ravens and what they didn't do defensively in the sack department.
Bad Bengals defensive line could rush the passer.
So good tonight, and Andy Dalton, who has struggled personally in prime time game, went in with a record of 5-14. I thought he hung in there against a really good team, and incomplete for more out on the edge. I thought he managed the game very well. I hate saying that anytime you talk about a quarterback, because then it implies they're not. They're just driving the bus and they're not making any throws. I thought he made a lot of good throws. But I thought he did a good job of just handling snap count.
42 passes for Andy Dalton.
Handling this aggressive
You know
defensive
what I've
front.
said before the game.
Kirkpatrick is down on the sideline.
Apparently,
Up
the
for a team
national
like
owner
Cincinnati.
has approached McDonald's as the possibility of financing the new stadium Napoli, which except what we call the McDonald's.
Really?
He hasn't won a playoff game.
Cody, the McDonald's arena.
I mean, at this point,
Cincinnati equals 96, It's all Freemason show game. 42 passes for Andy Dalton. And Cincinnati equaling 42, 96, and Freemason equaling 96. They keep bringing up his playoff record. That's funny as hell. Well, Palmer won more than you did, Bob and Lewis. Carson Palmer won more than your Bob.
John Harbaugh's feeling some of that heat as well. And so a lot of pressure in this business, and those two head coaches are under as much pressure as anyone. Greg Kirkpatrick, we talked a lot about him tonight. They've got two terrific corners with William Jackson and number 27, and Kirkpatrick is going to go straight into the locker room. Just grabbed the back of his leg. It's a warm, humid night.
The fuck?
If you're Cincinnati and Marvin Lewis, you hope it's just a cramp, but nothing more than that. But, the way, cramp, a hamstring, and hamstring.
Got a hamstring, that's what it looks like.
They just linger and they can body it throughout the entire season. And that's the thing that I've hated to see. We always talk about the injuries and we want to make the game safer, but these soft tissue injuries, and that's, I guess, a better sign. But we see a lot of those now, and I just think guys don't train, even though they're training hard, I'm not suggesting that, but they don't train the way you have to react once you're on a football field. You see a lot of those injuries, especially early. And it's a strong here by Buck Allen. Now we got 4th down. You don't see these NFL players flipping huge tires out on the J.J. Watt.
Bengals.
2-minute warning here in Cincinnati. Stay tuned for the U.S. Army postgame show. Let's talk about the rookie quarterbacks. You studied all those quarterbacks coming out and covering the draft. And the first impressions, Baker Mayfield didn't play with good in the preseason. We'll skip Darnold for the moment. Allen will start this week for the Bills. Rosen didn't play. Lamar Jackson, 31 snaps. Played some quarterback last week because the game was so lopsided, but by far the star of that bunch was Sam Darnold and the way he reacted, especially at the opening pick six. Yeah, Sam Darnold, like I said earlier, I thought he was the best quarterback, the most prepared to come in.
The Bengals won. I knew they'd win. They'd pull it off here.
I'm not as surprised as I once was.
7 total
when guys
points.
come in and they have success as rookies, we've seen a lot of guys be able to do that. Josh Allen, I didn't feel like he was really ready to step in and play. Mayfield, I do, but he's not getting his opportunity yet. But hey, Josh Allen making his first NFL start, and last week he comes in off the bench. He has to face the Baltimore Ravens defense, and now he's got the Los Angeles Chargers. And granted, no Joey Bosa, but still, those guys can get after you. So, good luck, Josh. 4th down here, 4th and 3. That'll get first down. I don't want that stat to get lost. We just flashed up there. Lamar Jackson with more rushing yards in college than 17 of the last 18 first-round running backs selected in the draft. That's how special the talent he is, considering he can also sling it. Look, he's a raw guy, but those that think he can't sit in the pocket and throw the football, they're mistaken. Because I've seen him. He needs to fine-tune it a little bit, because you'll see him miss some throws that you got to make, and then the next time you see him on tape, he's just dropping these bombs right out of the air. But he is a remarkable talent. I'm looking forward to following his career.
Pass the ball to Michael Crabtree.
For a first down for the Ravens, we're just over a minute to go. Another player is down. In the backfield, that's the star from a moment ago, Sean Williams, forced fumble.
The guy who left or got ejected from the first game against the Colts. It was 34-23 last week. This shit's ranked. The score is 34-23. They scored 34 points. Fuck the Bengals, okay? They're not going to win shit. But people be like, Bengals for Super Bowl 53. 23 points for Baltimore, Indianapolis, all this. 23 points for the Ravens. Rigged as hell, man. Rigged as hell.
If RG3 then slides in, even though he's been inactive.
Rick game. It was 23-34, the same scores last week, man. I knew the Ravens would stay in this fuckery game. This gay-ass game that looked like it was over in the first quarter. Come off the field! Yeah, I want my Bengals back!
And I watched him throw on the field in pregame warm-ups, and he was throwing it awfully well. Sean Williams is okay as he limps away, and that's incomplete. So Williams limps off, almost after Drake Kirkpatrick limps off. That's their top corner, William Jackson, who made that last play. There's a lot to like here if you're Cincinnati. Better than the defense. Their new coordinator, Terrell Austin.
Terrell Austin for the Lions. That's who they lost.
You mentioned it was
That's who they lost on defense. They have the check off Matt Patricia, who was the little whipping boy of Bill Belichick.
Passes over the middle, caught by Snead. And they're going to mark him short of a first down. It's third and less than a yard. Flacco to Williams. And Williams has got a first down. The Cincinnati Bengals are 25 seconds away from a 2-0 start. They won at Indy, 34-23. They lead right now by the same score, 34-23. And then they're at Carolina, at Atlanta. 4 weeks from now will be their first date with the Steelers. They've had a Steelers problem. Pittsburgh's beaten them 6 straight.
What was it? At Carolina and at Atlanta was their next 2 games.
Through the past 4 years. Well, tough start for Cincinnati. A big win, like you said, on the road.
That's tough as hell.
To start the year.
Despite starting 2-0 to face those 2 teams on the road away.
Nickerson and Bernard combined to make the stop the game too. And so obviously they'll hit a stretch there where they get, a number of consecutive home games, but
they said the field goal kick.
In 3 out of 4 on the road, that's not easy. This being the lone home game in that stretch. But couple tough games, as you said, at Carolina and Atlanta coming up.
Ouch! 3 road games.
Ravens
are a lock. The Ravens are a lock against Denver.
Tennessee.
What about Tennessee?
There they got the Clouds. That's a win. Tennessee, they're gay. Okay, the Ravens are going to win that game. And that team's a bunch of faggots. They're one of the worst in the AFC. They ain't shit. The Mariota's been fucked up by Whistle on the rest of the Titans. They're not doing the same.
With a first down catch, that will do it.
Yeah! Bengals! First out of 10 to 12! Here we go! Yeah! Why not AJ Green? Yeah! What a start to fantasy week, baby. Upset, no figure league special, no figure league central. No figure league.